is going to be a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. And welcome everybody to another episode of Rocks Fall Everyone Dice. I'm here with the crew of the Nostromo. This is episode 186. There we go. Johnny, what happened last time?
Well, last time in the city of Kusan, our backup characters finally pulled off the, hey, we'll save it for off the stream, guys. Pulled off the big heists in the city.
Let's go right now. Come on.
Where through much daring do, we managed to get the staff of Lifa, managed to rescue the two water genasi daughters, or water djinn daughters, that were being held captive by Lord Maladek out of the parade, doing a switcheroo, and managed to teleport out of that city without raising too much alarm. Well, I don't know, is Wagon staying behind in the city, or is he getting out?
Right.
He'll teleport back eventually. As you know, what happens with him is a little later.
That's eventually, yes.
Yeah, you're going to have an entire giant party of guys helping you out.
Yeah, he's got things to do.
Yeah. And meanwhile, back in the Nostromo, we were in the process of sailing somewhere. It's been so long, I don't remember what.
Forellis, the capital.
Yes, that's right, because that's where eventually Borvaxis is going to attempt to ascend to godhood. I think we're going to pick up on this, or did we go visit Rutherford again to get those like crosses he was constructing yet? Or
You guys did that already.
Yeah, I think we already have that.
We've got them.
We already have those.
Did
Okay,
that.
yeah.
It was one of those weeks I was gone.
And also, Smoots' wife, that he can never remember, hey, that's in character, right, is also being held prisoner in Valoris.
We'll get there.
Yes. So I guess now we're just now we're meeting up again to remind the people who don't remember. I do, obviously, but those of us who can't, what exactly we're going to do next. Right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You find yourselves again in the bridge crew quarters. Low light food on the table. Who chooses to eat or drink is up to you. Obvious business to be discussed. The scene is yours. And let me know if you need anything or any checks. Outside of that, the planning is up to you.
Damn it, Strom. It's called charcuterie, and you will respect it.
Sorry. It's been
No
a long
check.
time. They do things a lot differently other places.
Now hold on, this crudité, Strom, just introduced. It sounds interesting. It's mostly vegetables, right? No meats?
Yes, it's
Kind of a
how they'll
waste,
do
don't
it.
you think?
No spoilers in the future.
Mmm.
Dead end. It'll never last.
No, there's no spoilers. You just covered that.
Yeah.
Fake news. Like owlbears.
So, at this point, the backups have returned back to the ship with the stuff.
They're
So,
back at the
Saya,
ship. You all have your stuff. You guys have the cross. You have the Codex of Ice. You have the Tome of Shadows. You have the Shepherd's
We have the poison.
The
You have the poison.
That's
And you
right.
have you have an Efreet ally who is willing to utilize the staff, which is helpful because the staff can only be utilized by somebody of the good alignment.
Yeah, we got that covered.
Mauvais would be able to use it.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna,
Zorksan can use it.
I mean,
I'm gonna need its use also.
That is super
Sooner rather
free.
than later.
Super free. The super freedy.
Super free.
Yeah.
Going to rescue a loved one from the clutches of a witch. Boy, that sounds kind of familiar, honestly.
What?
A little nostalgic.
Who are we rescuing?
Your wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember the finger food you had?
Yeah.
You not remember?
No.
He got the finger
the
from his
finger.
wife.
He didn't eat it.
Yeah,
right.
I thought about putting the ring of regeneration on it and
Two
just
wives.
waiting.
Oh god, see, I was thinking of that hag because you gave a kiss to that one hag. She took all your kisses, apparently. Somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no need to share, thank you.
You can't.
Kissing's for suckers.
No, that's a different action, I'm pretty sure.
It's not kissing.
Anyways, we now have the Staff of Lifa, which can use to hopefully turn the Titans of Gullisy back to sanity when we do approach the Temple of Elemental Evil. And also any other curse removal processes that may have come up. I don't know. Strom, wherever you're at in your time, if you have any curses you need lifted at the moment, but we can take care of that now.
Let me check.
Do you need to get boiled again?
No, I think I'm good at the moment.
Okay,
Thank you.
Check the cards.
The cards.
Cards.
I did. Fish? We need to cook some.
Cards. Cards.
Yeah.
That's his favorite kind of taco.
Okay, we'll work on that.
Gods damn it. Cards.
All right, you're hungry. I get it.
Playing cards.
Steals Silas to the deck.
I mean,
Do not touch deck.
See, yes, and you've been on a ship for some time. I don't recall introductions.
Well, very likely you do not recognize me because I was not leashed.
No, also the spookiness. I don't recall the spookiness beforehand. But, we've seen so many people come and go.
To be honest, spookiness does not stand out on this crew.
Fair enough.
Absolutely agree.
Playing cards.
Damn it. Where is our ship, by the way? 'Cause we said this.
guys
We were
are-
sailing to Ferelis while our backups
Yes,
did this.
the backups are teleported there. You guys are almost towards Pharrell.
Also, I think we were getting downtime rules for our main characters because
Yes.
they've been chilling.
oh
Yes.
yeah.
We will get to that
What?
after this meeting.
What was I working on? Don't remember.
So the
Yes.
Crane clan
Yes.
does need some help, and I believe that's prior to Rovax's plan is to take place.
Yes, we still have.
I thought we were getting really close to that.
Getting close. It's a little less than a month away still.
Or I guess,
We were going to Ferelis with a month to go?
yeah.
The sooner the better, I guess.
I mean, the idea was to hit him with the poison during the, replace for the ritual, right?
The poison was going to be on the
On the cross.
cross.
Used for the ritual.
Yes.
And then we were going to attack them.
Also, Rokugan is on the other side of the world at this point.
Well, I mean, technically, I'm just supposed to go into contact with the individuals from the Crane clan that I met at the wedding. I don't believe that there's any.
Which wedding?
It's been
Yeah.
so long. I
The
don't-
Kadix wedding? Which wedding?
Yes, you have to specify. Yes, sadly.
Oh, by the way, do you realize that your first wedding? I mean, your first wedding was under the Red God.
I am now. Yes.
Okay.
I've since learned.
Okay, good. We should probably tell Rutherford.
Yes, I'd be happy to inform Rutherford about.
You think he doesn't know
I don't think he cares.
that?
You were married under Red God.
By accident.
No, you got married on
He
purpose.
slipped and fell.
Not under the red god. We'll need to borrow that staff. I gotta speak with that. Yes, that Jin about taking care of that fun thing, because otherwise damage gets shared between me and my wife, which is not so fun.
Yes, that is binding ritual. Very common. Sadly.
Yes. Which I did not know at the time. Again, somebody wasn't trapped in a crystal bowl at the time. Maybe I would have been able to find out before.
I still think we should have kept him as a keychain attached to the weapon. Maybe how many times he's drawn from the deck of many cards.
A few times, I know.
Yes,
Perhaps
how
he
many
could jump
times
to
it
a
was
point in time when
positive.
he's still
Yes,
in
the
the box.
cards.
Grab
The
it.
cards.
Yes, we'll get you food. Just relax. God damn it.
See. Oh, also, Captain, one of the party who went to the Blade Desert said he had something important to show us here. I don't know, and then Laddie just walks in.
How many bodies do we have?
Oh, not that many, Captain, actually. I just wanted to phone off a couple important items I managed to procure in the city that you might find useful. This here is the amulet of the big guy in the city. I know we're out of the city, but don't say his name. I learned that the hard way. The sandy elf dude. But this amulet controls a nice, nasty, spectral beast that could come in handy, possibly, if you ever need that. And I mostly just want it away from me, so I'll just gift that to you. And this...
No touchbacks.
Exactly. And the samurai, you know about dragons and stuff and all that kind of thing here? Well, I got 3 portraits of dragons here that
How big was your pocket?
wouldn't you like to know, sailor? I figure you can maybe appraise them a little more better than anyone else if they're worth anything, but you can let me know about that after the
Why are the dragons moving in the paintings?
You like art?
Do they move in the paintings?
Yes.
They
I like
do.
money.
Oh, that's
Art is
awesome.
very
Because they are
expensive.
living in the paintings.
So, can I
Living.
Indeed.
try
If you
to
call it
identify?
living.
Because obviously we know that out of character, we know
We know the green dragons
could be
could be
Yadaris.
the...
It could be really good or really bad.
Yeah. And
Yes.
then the red we know we're pretty sure is bad.
Yeah,
Name
like
one good red dragon.
Gazetteer's
Yeah.
sister or some such who...
Right, Movies?
Very bad.
Yeah.
And
And then
then,
the third one I think was Blue Dragon that I don't think we figured out who it was.
so does Strom recognize these dragons more or better?
Roll me 3 history checks. You get advantage. I'll say I'll give you advantage on one of them.
Okay.
Your DCs are slightly lower.
Alright, so dirty 20.
Now, when you
Okay.
say his amulet, like you took it from his vault, like we robbed him at one point.
Oh no, he gave it to me.
21.
Okay.
And that one is a 27.
One in a bet.
Did he send you to kill Strong? It's fine.
Which one was advantage?
None of them,
Oh,
actually. So, could I re-roll the 20 with advantage?
You could re-roll the 20, so you get one more roll on it.
Okay, that's worse. So, 20, 21, 27.
Jesus.
Okay.
try.
Pretty darn good.
Did
Let
you-
me.
Did you know
Let
Strong
me look
studies
up
fine art?
Had a lot of time.
I mean, the brushstrokes are kind of amateurish. The backgrounds are unbelievable.
I can feel.
I don't believe the passion in the paintings, but they are animated.
I can feel the pain of the artist. Wait, no, hold on.
Well,
That's the subject.
Well, I look up the information. You guys can keep rolling. I mean, while you're thinking about it, right? So just keep that in mind.
The artist's name isn't disputed. Some know them as GIF, some as GIF. It's really a hotly debated topic.
I continue to be impressed that you guys only lost one person on your adventure.
Yeah, we came across just some poor sap in the desert. But that's all. Everyone else, I don't know if Lagan seemed to be taking up the rear. Hopefully he shows up at some point. But just handing that stuff off. I'm gonna go below decks for a while. I'm a little tired of being outdoors, so.
He'll be in his bunk.
And yes, bring yes. Also, this, please just. Some money is not worth it, no matter how valuable it is. So, yes.
I appreciate your willingness to play tribute to the ship.
Exactly. Righto, Captain. Turn on his heel and walk out the door.
Who did we lose?
The diviner guy who was gonna join us, but then when we moved to Lifeline.
Lagan's
stuff-
not here. I assumed he died. Seemed reasonable. He's fat, doesn't get around very well.
I mean, we would see him if he
Maybe
wanted
his
to.
pet raptor finally got hungry enough to eat him.
God knows
I don't think his pet raptor's mouth opens that wide.
Oh,
Not in one
so
bite.
delicious. No, it's frowned upon.
Finally
Eating
marbled.
crewmates.
Finally marbled. It was actually the raptor that was feeding him.
Trying to fatten
Signing
him
him up for this
He's free range.
It's like the thing where your cat brings you dead animals because it noticed you can't hunt.
Except in his case, it was custard.
What wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
So I have been psychically in contact with Smoots' wife in prison in Polaris.
You whore!
You were there with me when I did
Don't whore shame him. I've been trying to get him married multiple times this entire time, but I will not have you set me back.
So,
And when I did say get married multiple times, I didn't mean to the same person.
Fair point. Fair point.
I'm half tempted to ask Drop how many more weddings I've had, but I don't want to know. So we have someone
Annual tradition.
on the inside, sort of.
Train?
To trade.
Somebody
I heard a
calling
train whistle
me
first.
at like 8 o'clock at night for call research. So
Call research.
yeah.
So in terms of what's been happening in there, she probably knows some information that could help us know what's going on in the capital. As for getting in there, sneaking in there, I recalled recently. Remember Captain back on the Isle of Dread when we were first exploring that desolate place when we came across those tar pits?
Yes, the necromancer, the undead dragon.
Yes, we cut at that and found a haversack with all kinds of, with a few items in there, including a royal Florian signet ring that we turned in, and
We told the daughter, kid, the spawn of that dragon that they were dead. They seemed to be fine with it.
yes, and there was also a wanted poster for some thief named Marcus in the bag, also with the stolen ring. And I know we have a new crew member on our ship who happens to be named Marcus. Possibly a coincidence, but perhaps if he is a thief who has gotten in and out of the royal palace at some point, perhaps he might provide some assistance as well with that regard.
Where's that ship ledger? I don't remember Marcus.
I don't either.
When we were,
I don't remember most people wearing red shirts.
when we were in the winter court for so long, and like the ship was like trying to get back. I think that was when Krasnak first like blah, like turned a bunch of our crew members. and
Okay.
They picked up a harbor master along the way.
From Smoots Keep.
Not from Smootsky.
That's where we got a harbor master. It
I
was,
mean, that's where we traditionally throw them overboard.
no,
That's
we,
where they eventually.
we
ended
went
up.
back and we took the guy that was the harbor master at the Hall of Justice.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's where they wound up when Reyna was
Yeah.
captain of
Was
the
that
ship.
Marcus?
Yes.
How much was the bounty?
You know, the ink was smudged on that bit of the parchment. I don't recall, but I thought maybe he might be more valuable, more useful as an asset in getting into Philorus.
We take the bounty poster. We auction him off to his lord, Smoot.
I will pay you a laurel and hearty handshake.
That's no. Too much. Or not enough, sorry. No, too much. I feel bad for you offering that much.
I mean, it is a good handshake.
My hands on which hand? Of course it's good when you shake it.
Shake it more than twice, you're playing with it.
The hands are shaking normally, Captain. That might not be a good
It's called
sign.
tremors and it's a condition.
Are you a Yanti again?
Yes, actually. No illusions
Eventually.
necessary this time.
What?
Eventually, it was.
How many baths have I taken?
Oh my god.
It's been 4 days. How many times do you want to
How many magic items did you blow?
I'm running out of magic items to blow right now.
It's maybe not put the ice ring in the cauldron. No, that's not on the table to be used in a bath.
So what about this ice ring? Does anybody know anything about it? Do I know anything about it?
Do I know anything about it? Like what happens in its future?
Unfair!
You might say it's
unfair!
Okay. All right. So both of you can roll distinctly different Y history checks.
Yours might be more valuable to us.
16.
Can I roll an Arcana?
27.
Yes, Arcana is acceptable.
Jesus.
I don't know why I'm
I have
rolling.
a 10 in history.
Okay,
That's
28.
right, 9. 26.
Nat 20, baby. 28. We're gonna know so much about this ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how many tattoos now at this point? 4 or 5.
Monkey, panther, turtle.
He's got Ziggy and a butt cheek.
I thought that was Woodstock.
I think that's
Now it's the other
it.
butt cheek.
Do I have it? I don't think I have any others besides monkey, panther, turtle.
Because then Strom, didn't you get a tattoo
Okay.
that you got transferred?
Yes.
in?
That was monkey.
That was
Okay, so let's start with you. What did you get again?
26.
26 for a history check.
Yep.
Monkey gave
Okay.
me climb speed. And turtle
26
gave me
trained.
basically.
26 trained. Okay, so during the Golden Age, the years 10,012 through 20,044.
Is this before or after Maladek destroyed a country?
This is.
I just want a reference.
This is before. This is
Okay,
before.
cool.
During this age, this is when the 10th Spear of Magic actually still existed. This is called the Golden Age because this is when the elves were at their most powerful. And this was before, this is also right after what's called the Lost Era. During this era, historically, you know that there was a famous elven sorceress that went by the name of Galacia. Galacia was one of the paramount powers within, let me look in the name of the country, is the Duskwood Enclave. She sought immortality. She sought ways to bend and twist magic to her will. She was the creator of the ring, and she was also known as one of the first liches. As the ring, the Codex of Ice, is also known as Galacia's tomb, as it is her phylactery.
Ooh.
She is the ring, and her power extends from it, and her control over the 10th Spear of Magic. She was an elemental mage, and she specified in glacier magic, cold, ice, freezing. Not only just freezing like objects, but like freezing time.
Ooh.
She was also said to be the lead. She was said to be the visor of winter for a long time. After the peace, after at least the initial war between Mithras and the standing elven nations, the elven conquerors.
So is this a good phylactery or an evil phylactery?
What did you get again?
26.
Galacia was known as a cold-hearted bitch. She was the visor of the Winter Court. She is also known as the betrayer of the Enclave, because she betrayed the Elven nations for control over magic and power within the Fey Courts of Winter.
Okay.
Some elves speak to her as kind of a like a warning over power and what you're willing to pay for it. And she was the first lich. So,
First witch. Goddamn.
So I'm going to pass.
the description of the ring, by the way, it is a beautiful silver ring with a gem made of never melting ice. The ring, just by being in this room, has dropped the temperature about 15 degrees.
Put the ring in your beard.
The best fucking ice cube. The eternal ice cube. Let's go.
It's always cold.
That would be a power move.
Just don't swallow it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, suck it, Glacier.
Who's next?
I got a 16 on mine.
16. 16. You know that the Codex of Winter was pulled into a defined an era of history in the future called the Frozen Decade, where the world froze for a 10-year. It's a 10-year, not a single summer.
Cast the magic spell Ice 10.
You specifically know that the Ring of Winter does have control over the elements, specifically the element of ice and winter. That it can control, and the deeper the devotion of its wielder, the more powerful its magic.
Devotion to what?
That's the thing. That's at the 16.
All right.
Devotion to what?
Okay.
Who's next?
28 trained arcana.
28. Fuck you. All right. You can ask me 6 things about this ring that are known in arcane lore.
Shit.
With a 30, I would have given you the whole thing, but you like, this is significant about it. 6 things.
6 things.
Side effects.
And they're like,
bad things.
what are the downsides to this ring?
Downsides to this ring.
Well, hold on. I'm an optimist. What are the upsides?
There's a lot of upsides. There's a lot of bonuses.
Okay, give me the downsides first. We'll work.
All right. It's called Frozen Fate. Once a week, while wearing the Ring of Winter, you must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failure, the overwhelming power of the ring takes hold over you, freezing your body and turning you into a lifeless statue. This effect can only be reversed by greater restoration or similar powerful magic. The DC for the saving throw increases by 1 for each previous time you've failed this effect.
So you just need a loyal follower to cast Greater Restoration on you.
Greater restoration. I will give you this. The effect is harder to overcome every time you fail too.
Nice.
But it's only once a week, and it's a simple Constitution saving throw. The DC is unknown. It's known that it's probably decently high, but you're epic level characters.
Okay. Smoot learned that there was a lich who made it or is in it.
Mm-hmm.
So does she try to take you over? Are you gonna lose yourself? Another one of those situations.
It is a magically intelligent item. The witch is in it. Her name is Galacia. I'll give you this. Galacia is willing to lend you some of her power. The ring has powers you get, and she's willing to give you more powers if you fulfill her egos, right? And you do some of the things that she wants. She may even act on your accord at times. Her traits. Galacia, she is a megalomaniac. She believes herself to be superior to the wielder and constantly seeks to exert control and influence. She craves power and knowledge. She's willing to give you power as long as you yourself are willing to like read books for her, find magical tomes for her, that kind of things. She's still an ever-learning wizard. Whispering Frost.
Some power she can do. Mage hand out of her.
She has a deep-seated animosity towards fire and those that wield it, specifically fire-based creatures. She will reward you for murdering them, and she will hinder you for helping them.
We need to get her and Bravaxis together.
How would she feel about me wielding a fire sword?
Not great. And you're a member of the Spring Court, so it's not as bad as a member of the Summer Court, but, you know.
It's a trophy. Anyway, for my conquest of the Summer King, who's missing from the world, obviously I'm responsible.
The spell the ring itself passively has these abilities. It can at will cast control weather, specifically over cold, snow, and snowstorms at the 10th sphere level. Additionally, she can use spells that she grants you at will with no cost to her. So she can just randomly use them, the ones that she grants you. While not being worn, she has access to control weather, and she can communicate telepathically within 120 feet. And once a month, she can cast Greater Dream, which is like Dream, but with none of the restrictions, and kind of like Freddy Krueger style.
That's pretty sick.
That is, that's one question. What else you want?
For sister to know, I'm open to opinions here. Oh, is she cursed? Like, will she let you remove the ring, or is that is that going to be an ordeal?
Both wearing and taking off are potentially it's a lich. You have to bargain. She's not something she'll be used willy-nilly, but she does want to be used.
Ah, okay.
I'll give you that. Right. It's one of those things where you can't just put it on and like, aha, I control it now. It's like you're bargaining with a greater power. This is something that you could become a warlock too.
Damn.
This is a
Like
patron.
switching up again.
I can get a new patron!
You
Now you and your brother aren't that different after
you
all. I
could
think.
potentially have a patron. Like this would be a patron.
Hey,
next
I was
door.
traded once. And then my patron died. Okay, I'm still technically with the
But-
next person who picked me up. I haven't just been willy-nilly changed.
Now the
Treated
ring in
for
this
future
state is
considerations.
powerful, but it's not like
Don't disrespect
it's not
my
like
rank of honor.
the Spring King, right? It's not that powerful because it's like a powerful lich, right? But stuck in a ring. So it's a powerful phylactery. So that's 2 questions.
How many questions do you get?
6.
Holy
really
cow.
high.
Surely I'm on 3. You gave me some upsides and stuff.
That's true.
This ring can do a lot.
She doesn't like fire or fire creatures. Would she be willing to help us with saving the Summer King? Like, even though he's, the patron of fire, would also be,
she
like,
probably wouldn't like
bringing
that.
balance to the world, since his absence is kind of throwing it into
I don't think
chaos.
she's interested in balance. That's the impression I've gotten so far, anyway. What was it? She froze the world for a while?
10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the future.
What part of that?
Do you really want to know?
I mean,
Spoilers.
presumably you're cold-blooded, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if the world's
Why do you have a
frozen, you
fire
can't really
sword? It's my
sail our
source of
pirate
heat.
ship that well.
It's my
Like a
portable
heat
heat
lamp.
lamp.
Yeah. He sleeps next to it at night.
Just turn it
How'd
on
you
and
put it
hang
on a
it.
special mount so that way it doesn't burn through the ship?
Ooh. You know what could eventually be? Ice pirates.
Oh,
We just
God,
skate
that-
across the world.
That's a terrible movie.
It's fantastic. It's also on YouTube for free.
So if I gain her favor, can I make it easier to, not be frozen?
Yeah. Yeah, DC gets lower. She controls the DC.
Is there a way to control her or a way to destroy the ring?
Might as well find that out. It's good to know. Is there a way to destroy the ring?
Yes, every codex can potentially be destroyed. They are in themselves only magical items. You rolled high enough. One comes to mind. There is a giant volcano that is in the middle of, and I'm not trying to be jokey here, there is a giant volcano that is in the middle of Rokugan, right? Now the Church of Tiamat resides there, but you could potentially throw it into the Eye of Fire, which is considered the hottest part of the elemental plane of fire, and there's a portal to it in the volcano. It's commonly your character would know about it because that's commonly where dragons are cremated.
Hmm.
They're given over back to and sent into that. It's a form of cremation, but also it's kind of like a religious thing because Tiamat was the mother, even though she has been forsaken.
That loser dragon I got the tattoo from got cremated with my torch. No disrespect.
You can see Tiamat now. Yeah, I was the mother, but well, they never called, they never rhymed.
Never call.
One does not simply walk into Rokugan.
Can I save questions?
Sure.
Can I put on the ring?
Sure.
You're gonna do it just
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Don't worry about it. Movaze is
What
on the
could
ship.
go wrong?
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
It's
Nothing
true,
ever
she'll
goes
bring you back.
wrong.
She's got greater restoration. It'll be
That's
fine.
fine.
Okay. You,
Like, I don't know, I'm thinking...
are you willing to put on the ring? It is an attunement item. I'll give you that. I don't know if that breaks the.
Yeah, I have to
Well, if
take
it's
off
attuned,
something.
wait a minute. I don't know if I want all this somehow. I have to be attuned to it.
What am I attuned to right
Seems
now?
a little too permanent for me.
Oh, yeah, I can
I'm getting rid of my spider climb boots for this.
He's got spider climbs.
That was just grabbing.
I
it
have a
right
spider climb
I
tattoo.
love it. I love it.
I can get rid of my Lord's Veil. How much does that do
He's
for
gonna
me?
tie it around his neck. Or do yeah, they're hanging
And or I may have to
around.
get rid of my undulating blade, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
So, I'm fidgeting with it, I'm thinking about it. It's kind of
Use it
ended
when
up
it's
on my
attuned to
finger.
it.
Sure.
What he's done with it, he just throws a ball.
So-
It's kind of the allure.
You put it on, and it is bone cold. It isn't a physical cold. The ring itself does not feel. It feels a little chilly, but doesn't feel physically cold. But I don't think you've ever known what it's like to feel your soul freeze.
No, I don't think I have either.
Like
Close,
the
I've seen
spirit
Jessica.
energy within your body just go frigid and cold.
Aren't you cold-blooded?
The time that Ceciva showed up at the Barovia wedding, I don't know, that might have been close.
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
+4.
That is going to be helpful. This is a save, not to be frozen solid.
Yeah,
Because
based on
the
your
effect
past
also
history,
happens
she
when
might
you
be
put on the
around
ring.
I was like, what are you doing?
The fat dice. Hey, that's pretty good. I got a 19 on that die with my save
Mm-hmm.
plus his comes to 27.
27. Okay. You are not frozen solid. You feel your body is warm, but your
That's
soul
unnatural.
feels like it's in you've walked into a meat locker. There is something in you that feels cold on the inside. And it's not a physical cold. It's a magical cold, like it's settled in you. A chill that just runs down your spine. The feeling of someone stepping on your grave, but it never goes away. You don't hear any voices.
Have
You
fun
don't
sleeping.
feel anything else, but you do feel a power that is leaking up from your body. The only physical tell that, outside of the ring being a codex, that it is what it is there's a little bit of a frost on either side of the ring that's kind of creeping down your finger. Just a little bit of frost. Outside of that, for now, you can add the Ring of Winter to your inventory. It's called the Ring of Winter, not Ring of Winter. That's a different one. This is my own version.
Unfortunately, he has Raynaud syndrome, so...
Dude, I had that once. It was fucking weird. One finger was just like yellow.
And
oh man.
you are currently aware of the powers that it grants you. But
It's just
not
quiet
of
still,
the
huh?
personality yet, unless you ask those questions. So, outside of that, you had a question as well about dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, what are you talking about, questions?
I
I didn't have any questions.
forgot the names I gave you earlier, but
Anyone need the Lord's ensemble?
is it Vidoria the Verdant? That was one of them, right?
Teleportation.
Vidara is the sister of Yadas.
Okay, but yeah, yes, Vidara, and then the other two you weren't able to identify, right?
The red one, we knew was an elder. I don't know if I got her name, but she's like,
Ignorok, the Inferno.
Yeah, and she like
And then
Gazetteer's sibling, who's like even more evil than he was.
Yeah. And then the blue, I don't think you identified, right?
That one, no, I don't think.
Zephyri on the Tempest. Okay. So, who's ready for a lore dump? And how much do you just want the cliff notes, Matt, or do you want the lore dump?
No matter how much I would like to just go lore dump, let's go cliff notes.
Okay. The green is definitely the Dora the Verdant, right? She is the second oldest green dragon underneath the Patreon of green. She's known of. She has control over wilderness, over nature, right? Let me see. She is, unlike her brother, not peaceful. She is exceptionally violent. She was known as the battle standard of the Green. She was also ferociously loyal to her brother.
Oh.
When he disappeared, she went on a rampage across the continent, and she is said to have disappeared during her rampage. Several heroes tried to stop her in her rampage, but she had leveled cities, turning them into forests. Her breath weapon is unique amongst the green, as it is a poison that turns you into trees, into bushes, into forests. She turns people into plants, and then she has the ability to control those plants, and she's able to sick them on people. She is also known as the mother of twig blights, as she was the creator of twig blights, as they were created from her breath weapon. The red, of course, is Ignorok the Inferno. He is bad news. Bad news as they come. He was bad from the go, bad from his birth. He was said to be in contention with his originally the patron of red, the original birther of dragons, was not a Gazetteer. It was another dragon that Gazetteer killed and then took over the permission to be able to mate with Tiamat. His brother, Ignorok, is said to be one of the previous children of the other dragon. He is a brother to Gazetteer. He is not himself a child of Gazetteer, but he is known as a child of Gazetteer because he was adopted by Gazetteer so that he would survive, thus becoming a member of Gazetteer's line. He was also eunuched. He could not have children as a dragon. Gazetteer, as a part of the deal, eunuched him, prevented him from being able to have children, so that only red dragons of his line would exist. He is said to have unique fire abilities, very specifically like Gazetteer. Most of the dragons that exist have fire breath, right? That are able to breathe fire like Gazetteer, fire that burns. Ignorok's fire does not burn the flesh; it sets the soul on fire, and is said to breathe. It's said that his fire will wash over you, and you will just fall dead, as if someone had snuffed out your candle. And it's said to be a unique power to his line, which he is the only holder of, because he has been eunuched.
Okay.
You're going to live till you had your candles now.
The third one is Zephyri in the Tempest, the Elder Blue. He is known as the Lord of the boldest skies. He was the sovereign of the Azure Cyclone, which was a small collection of Elder Blue dragons that took control of the Crane clan after Stormsong was said to disappear after the... sorry, I have to pull up ages. The Age of Dragonfire. After Zephyr disappeared during the Age of Dragonfire, after the fall of Tiamat, that is when he was said to take control. And for a short time, he was the Emperor. For a very short time, the Crane clan was in control of of Rokugan. It was not the patron of white, but it was this collection of blue dragons that collectively acted as him. When he disappeared, they were wiped out by the Crane clan, the White Dragon clan, which is at that time not the Crane clan, but it eventually became the Crane clan. And without him, since he was the previous emperor, he was usurped. And he disappeared, again, under odd circumstances. Like, it's not said who took him, it just said that one day he disappeared.
Was he particularly? Was he good? Was he a good witch or a bad witch?
He was actually said to be the most benevolent emperor. A lot of the dragon clans, he was liked amongst the blues. He was not liked outside of the blues because he made other dragons give up their horde to support the people. When he was overthrown, it was celebrated amongst the nobles because then the nobles came more into power. He was trying to decentralize power.
Okay.
So essentially, he was trying to create a democracy when it was an empire. So it wasn't a surprise that he disappeared, but it was just a surprise that such a powerful dragon disappeared without even raising a fuss. Just gone.
Green Dragon, he knows for a fact, is the sister of Yadas and not Yadas.
That one actually is the sister of Yadas.
That's okay.
Is the good one or the bad?
Evil.
She's the evil one.
She is the evil one, yes.
So you
yes.
brought a bunch of evil things back.
Not me, the rogue.
The
He
blue
brought me
isn't
back.
bad.
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
I also got you an amulet. You're welcome.
What am I doing with this?
You got
It's in your bedroom.
What the fuck is that? Oh my god. God, Jesus Christ, that's such a bachelor thing.
The scorpion tattoo, the monkey tattoo I got another time.
Oh yes, Scorpion. I was gonna
Not
say
gonna
I don't
get
remember
played.
Monkey, but
After I sat
Scorpion,
there
Funny
because
as
that was a
hell.
poison.
paralyzed for most of the fight. Stupid
Yeah.
bone queen. I hate her.
Okay. So, that is that. Did anyone else have any questions? I know there was a lot going on.
So we've got 2 very evil dragons.
Yeah.
One-
You got a good, the bad, and the ugly in the way of dragon.
So what happens if we tear up a painting?
I think Cassie had a question on how to get him out. When she comes back, I can have her make that Arcana roll.
And so blue is on the opposite. Currently, blue is on the opposite side of white.
Blue is on the opposite side of white, right? It would probably be good. What'd you get on your history check?
16.
Yeah. That was for the ring.
Oh.
Yeah. For the dragons. What'd you get for that blue one? The blue one would have
The
been
27.
The
That was
27.
the longest. Or the-
I'll give you this with that 27 because that was a little bit of deep lore. You think it would be good for the blue side, but you think it would actually be bad for that side because he is extremely peaceful. He was one of the people that was trying to stop the war, and he took power to stabilize Rokugan. He was known as the first emperor,
So it might be.
and technically he disappeared. He was never usurped.
Right.
So he kind of has a claim to the throne, but that's also bad.
Right.
Like, he would be good for making peace, but after peace is established, technically he was the first emperor. This other guy took over after he disappeared, but he never gave up power. So that would be a succession crisis.
So you'd stop the war but cause
Start a
civil
new
war.
civil war.
Yeah.
A 3-way war.
Well, we got the Pokeball back, so we could just trap him in that once. Got the war done? Thanks, buddy. We don't need you anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
Choices.
Correction, got myself back to this. Done.
Now, your character was purview to some of the painting I'm doing, so go ahead and make me an Arcana check. I'm gonna say since you witnessed the I'm gonna say it's a DC 20.
Okay, I got 28.
28. Since you watched the person undo it with magic,
Mhm.
you think you might be able to actually do it. Because
Okay.
you, if you were trying to do this on your own, it'd be like a 30, right? It'd be impossible because you're trying to figure out some kind of magic from scratch. You watch somebody do it. It's like watching somebody write code, right? You watch them do it, and you're like, oh, that's what I gotta do. Okay, well, that was fucking easy.
Okay, who are we talking about letting out of a painting?
Potentially
there's
no
3
one at the
pages.
moment.
You were asking about
Maybe-
if it was possible
Yeah,
to do.
maybe blue. Not sure though.
Now, in
Wait.
Blue's favor, if we did let him out, we'd probably finish up the rest of this campaign before that shit hit the fan.
So then,
I
hang
mean,
on a
that's
second.
good point.
So then, as I'm coming to this realization, I was upstairs. Sorry,
Mhm.
I had to use the bathroom.
It's okay.
What conversation is happening? Are you talking about letting Blue out? Like,
No.
what conversation is
No,
happening?
just want to know if we were able to, if we wanted to.
To let somebody
In
out.
in summary, you learned green is bad,
You're right. Yeah, it was.
red was ugly,
Mm-hmm.
and green was actually good. Even though the blue was actually good because, like, yeah, he's on the Crane clan side, but he was the first emperor, and he was also known to be very peaceful,
Okay.
right, and to be like for the people. Though, the only bad about that is it would cause a second succession crisis because he actually has a legitimate claim to the throne because he was the emperor, and he never gave up power.
Technically,
He
still
just-
is.
He just technically still is. He technically just disappeared one day under mysterious circumstances, and the Primarch of White just took over.
Okay. So then, there's not a conversation I can interject into at this point. So just something I know about. All right.
It's just something you know how to undo the painting if that was a question of letting them out.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point it's probably best that we keep it to ourselves rather than, if I were to go to, wow, I haven't talked about this guy forever, Lord Hakai, and be like, hey, look what I've got. Like, that's probably not a good idea because then other people would know about it.
And it would put Lord Hakai probably in an awkward situation because he's honor bound, and that causes multiple what do I do? The Greens are my allies, so I'm technically holding one of their elders in prison.
But
And I'm a noble, I'm sworn to this one, but this guy's also the first emperor. Like, what do I do? Oh yeah, we should burn that red painting though. Like, fuck that guy.
Yeah. I would be curious to know what his feelings of Zephyrian was. Like, obviously, that's a role-playing thing, but
Yeah.
like without actually being like, hey, I've got this painting and these guys in.
I've heard of
Like-
Zephyrian. How'd you feel about
What
it?
was
This
the long time no
Wow.
see? So just out of curiosity.
This dragon that disappeared 15,000
What'd you
years
think
ago.
about it?
I have an odd hypothetical
If
question.
you were to show up, what do
Yeah.
you think might happen?
How would that go down?
That was
Like if he was
childhood
trapped in a
bully.
painting or something.
Something like that, you know.
Something just crazy.
It's like, so, Joe, Mr. President, if George Washington came back,
Yeah.
not that he has, but theoretically if he did, what would you think?
Yes,
He
exactly.
came back and he never actually gave up power. You and I both know that was fabricated.
Technically the only 5-star general in the U.S. Army.
Well,
so.
apparently JFK is supposed to come back any minute
No,
now.
it's his son.
Oh, his son? I don't know. Whichever one is dead is supposed to.
I'm sure
You know,
the
both of them are equally likely to come back because they're both dead.
Yeah.
I think one we have video evidence of that.
And photographic evidence. Stumbled across that by accident.
You know, it's fine. There are people that think January 6th didn't happen, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Well, except that when it did and it was good.
Yeah. Except when it did, yeah.
There are only 30 days in January. It goes from 5 to 7, 6 to 6.
Anyway, back to roll. The scene is yours. Let me know if you need anything from me.
I think at this point, however, I need to get in contact with the Crane clan, or with the representatives of the Crane clan that I met. Crane clan is a hard thing to say.
The Clean Cran.
The Krang Clan.
The Krang? Little
Crane
brain.
Clan.
Also, the Teenage Mutant Turtles are the.
Get those turtles.
But yeah, I think that's kind of the next thing.
Yeah, 'cause we have teleportation capabilities
Yeah.
among us, or we could still have the ship keep flying. So
A stupid question. One note I had left myself was that Saya was able to use teleport. What was Saya able to teleport? You
I mean, we had scrolls last time.
Yeah, because we all teleport. You teleported us.
because I was a
Yeah.
really shake. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, because you had the ability to change up any spells you wanted. You were like, oh, maybe I'll change out this one.
Yeah.
She could totally take the teleport. Or if she has an open head slot, there's a helmet teleportation that's available.
I may have an open head slot, but I don't have any open attunement slots.
We'll put it on your head, it'll look cool. And oh my, this ring.
A lot of package, a lot of
I'm gonna
power, but
die.
a lot of baggage. baggage.
As long as it doesn't kill you, it's great.
So anyway, I was thinking, Saya, could we bring Movaise along just to have a greater restoration on standby? Actually, no, it's only once a week I need her around.
I'm actually thinking about playing Movaise.
Really?
I am. Because
Sound like you're really excited about Saya.
I know. I just am thinking.
And it's pretty neat.
I'm just thinking. Yeah, Saya's got some really good equipment. But I think the problem is Movaise is just very under. My stats are bad on her. Everything is bad on her.
And you said before that Movaise's story is effectively done. Is Saya's?
No. No. Movaise had the whole thing with the spring fort
And then
stuff.
also, like, otherwise, she's had an arc and everything. And
Well, I mean, Movaise was a like, are you talking about in her past?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she was a traveler. She was a adventurer in her youth. So now she's older. Now she's several hundred years old, but she's ageless. So what does that matter? At this point,
Me
she's.
too.
I know. At
Like-
this point,
Everyone's had their arc at this point.
yeah, she's at this point she was retired and then came out of retirement
Yeah.
because of all of the stuff with Shub-Niggurath and whatnot. So
Now she's a
Too old for
vizier.
Huh?
Now she's a vizier.
yeah, she's a
Spring
vizier.
court.
Yeah. So unless
that
the,
was that big pull back in.
not unless the Prince of Spring pulls her back in, there's no.
No,
Is Mayor
you
Bro
got
with
you
us?
got free reign. He is invested in what you're
The
currently
guy who
doing.
was casting spells on us through the mirror, didn't he come with us or something? Like, with her?
Him.
Movaise.
He is bound to. Oh yeah, take out Provaxis. So you have help from those guys. as
Oh
well.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Vizier Stars from the Spring Court who was fighting us in the big battle for the
Using the
Cauldron,
mirror.
but eventually changed sides. 'Cause you
Yeah.
got that was
Like,
your
wow, that
favorite.
looks
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
evil. Am I
Yeah.
sure that's who I'm working with?
Forget about that.
Yeah.
If you want to play Movaise in the scene and play her, I'm okay with it.
I'm really thinking about it. The more I think about it, this is her group.
Okay.
It would make more sense, truly, for Movaise to be here. At that point, Saya would have left with Laddie. Like, it makes more sense.
You're like, these guys are nuts. Fight a giant red dragon? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Movaise, I'm gonna fucking kill that dragon.
Yeah, Movaise can't stand red dragons, but yeah, I digress. The more I think about it,
Okay.
as good as the equipment is that's on Saya, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. I just think I'm gonna be better off playing.
That's fine. You'll have plenty other chances to play Saya. There's still a lot of adventure left for you guys to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That
anyway,
TPK is just hanging over our heads, waiting to go off any day.
you
If
guys
I don't
go.
require food, water, or sleep, can I still partake in those things and enjoy them?
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
just making sure.
I will let you know this. Your soup will always be cold.
Disappointing.
Gazpacho.
I'm gonna
all
be
the time.
slower than usual, I tell you.
Never wants to get
Physically, so
He's fine, but it's cold, so he's sleeping. It's complicated.
And he's a little bit shorter.
He was in the pool.
There's Strike Edge.
He's a
Do we
grower,
do
not a show.
downtime actions, like for what we were doing in the
Okay,
past
sure.
4 days?
Everyone go ahead and think about your downtime actions.
Mauvais would have been in the grove the whole time.
The grove? Okay.
Mhm.
You can still do downtime actions
Okay.
in the grove.
I'm just letting you know. I don't know what she would have been doing there, but that's
Okay.
where she would be. It would be in the grove, just waiting for, these guys to show back up.
Yeah. So, downtime actions, example of them is, I just had this one up the other day.
What the people?
So, I have a cleaned up version of one of these. You can increase ability stats. You can learn languages. You can learn skills, instruments. You can, if some of you have strongholds, you can make stronghold actions. You can, let me see, you can craft magic items or learn feats.
Yeah.
There's crafting alchemy, crafting tech. There's crafting custom spells.
That's right, I have a keep too. I never met him before.
Never even showed up. Like, man, this guy's in charge, but he's never fucking been here. God damn it.
Never
happened
Prince
to this
John
shit?
going on. Situation happening. You see, Lord Decadic left me in charge while he's off at the war.
Off on that crazy crusade.
Who wants to go first? They may have an idea. I know some of you.
Yeah.
Some of you have things that are unfinished, I think.
I want to keep working towards my tough feats
Tough.
to get more HP.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, that's a 9. I don't have the lucky feat anymore.
I'll give you advantage. On all these, I'll give everyone advantage on that.
Better. That's a 14.
14. All right. 14 is pretty decent. How deep are you in on this feat?
Would very much like to get this before we get into a big
Yeah,
fight.
and how many successes do you have so far?
I have 8 out of 50.
8 out of 50. Oh wait, I have to call it out first. High or low being good for you?
Low is good for me.
It is a 60. Okay. You earn 16 successes.
Okay.
Who's next?
If I wish to retrain a feat, how does that cost versus just training a feat?
If you retrain a feat, I'll give you half the amount of successes. You could foreseeably do it now. In
Okay.
this.
I wish to retrain a feat.
Which feat are you trying to retrain?
Yeah, I wasn't totally sold on that, but I know what I want to retrain it to. Hold on, I gotta pull up my feats.
I know one of them we gave you just because we had to figure out how to do the cleric spell thing. That was just your blessing. But
Yeah, I got that from Strom, I guess.
Yeah.
Feats and traits. I would retrain. Why is this listing so bizarre? Okay. Feats, there we are. I would retrain Warcaster.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a. Let's go. Intelligence.
Ugh.
Plus, and I'll give you a +2 in advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if it was a save or a check, but it don't make any difference.
Yeah, let's make it a check.
Ooh, I rolled an 18, so +2 is 20.
20. Okay. Yeah, you can do it.
Oh, hell yeah. I am now have resilience and con. For
Okay.
reasons.
Okay. you want a Constitution saving throw for proficiency for reasons. I can definitely
No
understand
particular reason.
that.
don't
No
worry
particular
about it.
reason, right? Yeah.
My first feat. It's been
Just keep in
retrained.
mind, you got somatic components you got to think about.
I use a two-hander all the time. I can let a hand off.
All right. Who's next?
I'm gonna keep training a feat.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead and
let's see. If it's so Master of Blades.
Master of Blades. Okay. I'll make that a whatever your main attack stat is. Go ahead and roll a Go ahead and roll a strength check based off that. I will give you +2 and I will give you advantage.
Ooh, natural 20, total 29.
Total
Damn.
29. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
with +2 be 23.
With that one, I don't know how many successes you're deep into it, but you have it.
Oh, nice.
I don't even know what it does. So here we go.
What is this? Plus, actually, let me bring it here real quick. It's +1 to AC because the blades are moving. Let me add it.
Who wants to be next?
I can go.
You gonna go? Okay. What are you going for?
Training a resilient feat.
Resilient feat. All right. How deep are you in this feat already?
18 successes.
18 successes. So you're close. Okay. Closer anyway. You're almost halfway. Okay. Go ahead and make me a con save. Be a con saving throw.
Con saving throw. That would be 29.
You have it.
Sweet.
What are you resilient in?
I'm going to be resilient in Dex.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. That would have been a dexterity saving
Oh.
throw.
So then, that's only a 23.
Okay. It's still good. Still good. It's still fine.
So it's +1 to my AC. Can use my reaction to impose disadvantage on a creature within 5 feet.
That's
Okay.
Use reaction to deflect range attacks,
Oh, nice.
cool.
and if it reduces the damage by whatever,
Mhm.
it's destroyed.
Okay. So you're basically knocking arrows out of the air. Okay. What about Mauvais?
So, like I said, Mauvais is going to be in this grove, and it's like the grove of, like the first grove, or
The grove of the first
Grover.
trees. You can also make a meditation check to gain
or far?
Now, see, I was just actually going back and
Mhm.
looking at the concordance that I have, and I'm at 70.
Woo!
So
That's a bit.
I would like to go ahead and
Get more?
get more. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a meditation check. Would be a wisdom check. You are in a grove. That's definitely a +2, definitely advantage. So go ahead and roll me your wisdom modifier with those two in mind.
So then I'm making just a check. So it's
Just
just
a
my
check.
base ability check.
Base ability +2 and advantage.
Okay, so 19 with just the +2,
Okay.
and then that's better. That's 23
23
with my advantage.
with your advantage.
Yep.
All right.
Because that's just because my modifier is 5,
Jesus fucking Christ.
and I rolled an 18 on that second one.
Okay. Gain 95 concordance.
She had a good week.
What did I do? I meditated at the grove.
Playing with some centaurs, like
You
Frolic.
Bro, she'd be playing with
like
kids.
Fantasia.
Like,
that
you spend some time playing with kids. Occasionally,
sorry, 90 or 95? I don't-
95.
95. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
You were occasionally like playing with kids, centaur kids. You were hanging out in the grove. It was nice. It was beautiful.
Yeah, she.
You meditated a couple times.
Not a single thought of the
And
B team.
You meditated a couple times, and nothing very like too significant at that point, right? A couple times, but within the last few days, you started really diving deep into your meditations,
Okay.
and
You were just not my kind of dog.
for it only felt like 30 minutes, maybe an hour of meditation. You meditated for 2 days straight. Not a
Damn.
drink of water. You had exhaustion by the end of it. It is worn off by this point. The exhaustion has, and within that hour, you received a vivid dream. You had you dreamt as if you were sitting upon a barren wasteland. A barren wasteland full of nothing but rock and mud, some distant water, the occasional rain. but as far as you could see and look in the distance, it was nothing but rock and occasional hardened mud. And where you sat as you meditated, you saw the first sprout of green. The first blade of grass, which then a stick started growing out of the ground. Small sprouts, moss. The first sprouts of green on the planet were in front of you. It filled the landscape around you. And then the landscape around you became more and more familiar as it became more and more green, as things started growing. And you found yourself sitting exactly where you are, and your eyes opened up, and you saw the sprawling green landscape before you, and you looked just 2 feet in front of you at a small patch of ground, and on that small little spot, that little spot of ground, where there's grass now and a couple flowers, and that was the very spot where the first sprouts of green that now scatter across the entire planet began, in that one small spot.
Jeez.
And you gain 95 concordance.
Jesus. What can you remind me? This has been a while now. Can you remind me what I can do with the concordance?
Concordance, you can basically burn it to ask for the equivalent of divine intervention. So you roll a D100, right? You add your concordance score, and you add your level, right? You get certain bonuses if you're inside a hollow area, or if you have a holy relic with you.
So 185?
I have 165.
65.
You have
I guess the D100.
165 before it.
65.
The
So you add
highest
20.
the highest things you can ask for are at like 150, right? So without a roll, you've already made it, right? Now, the more it does, the more concordance it burns.
Sure.
These can be anything as powerful as the wish spell, anything as less as it'll cast bless on the party without the need of concentration.
Okay.
As powerful as receiving like a level 5 servitor, right? A powerful angel or treant is summoned to your aid for a short time.
Okay.
It's kind of really up to what you ask and what I interpret that to be,
Okay.
and how much and how high you roll. It's really depending on not so much what you roll, it's like what you're asking for. It's like, I need an angel to come down and assist me. Okay, that's going to burn some concordance. So it's
Got
a
it.
fuel you burn. So.
Okay. Got it. Perfect. Does it somehow hurt? Because I know it comes from the prince.
Mhm.
Does it somehow hurt him?
Is that what you're praying?
It is always a pull on his resources, right? Because you're essentially asking him. You're asking Spring itself for Spring's aid. And he is 1/4 of Spring.
But would Mauvaise interpret that? So I'm trying to figure out, would Mauvaise even use it? Because
Well,
the last thing she wants to do is pull on his resources because she's trying to heal him.
Well, it also pulls on like the Winter Queen, the Spring
Spring.
King, the Spring Princess, right? Sorry, not the Spring King. Sorry. Yeah.
The Winter King. So fuck it, why not?
No.
It's so high, it wraps
It pulls
around.
on all of them. Concordance is a pool they share collectively. So you're asking Spring itself for its aid.
Okay. All right. So, so then Mauvaise should not feel bad about using it.
No.
Okay. All right.
No, it was given to be used.
Okay.
But you also feel like this concordance that you just received is not just Spring.
Oh.
It's Lifa.
It's Lifa. Okay.
You're in the grove of the first trees,
Okay.
where it is said that, and you feel this to be Lifa's domain. It is a druid's grove, but it's sacred to the centaur people.
Okay. Damn. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So she's been having a great time. She's been soaking up this place, playing, talking to druids, talking to trees, playing with children. Yeah, it's been great.
Okay.
And suddenly we teleport in. It's like, get us to the ship, get us to the ship, get us to the ship, get us to the ship.
We're going now.
Yes, we're going now.
All right. Hang on. Let me get up here.
A little faster. Oh God, we're lagging. Go. Oh, we don't have time. Oh.
Fuck it, leave him behind.
Yeah, really.
Like, easy, man. Don't, like, blow back a gasket because, like, that'd be really painful.
What's a gasket?
What's a gasket? We don't have any artificers here. Come on.
The diviner's like, so where we go?
No Zunians in the room? Anyway, the scene is yours. Sorry, I pulled myself back from it. Let me know when you need some. I'm in key. Let me know. Go ahead and talk and figure out what you're going to do next. At this point, even I don't even know what you're doing.
So what do we do with this necklace?
Mauvaise knows exactly
Is that an attunement item?
what is in that necklace.
Oh, she does.
I mean, she could feel it.
Drink?
The Beast of Many.
The
Beast
Beast
of
of Starry
Starry
Eyes,
Eyes.
and he was he wasn't a fae, but he was.
He was Nightmare. He is Nightmare.
Give it to me.
He is the polar opposite of Dream.
Yeah, let me see it.
I need to.
Snap.
Okay. Oh no. This needs to be kept very safe. What it contains is the antithesis of dream. It needs to be kept very safe.
So, wakefulness?
Nightmares.
And Maldy's just giving this out? Wow.
So
Maddie
it's a
must be
woke
very
amulet.
Yeah. Hey, Matt.
Oh, actually, can I have some?
Which one?
The green prime.
Man, have you seen the damn lawsuit that Prime is under right now?
Yep.
Ooh, what?
Crazy.
What would you like?
Can I print these?
It's
one?
like got too much
Zero,
caffeine.
Dr. Pepper?
Ah. Is this the Four Loko
What are they
thing?
gonna do? Also,
Oh,
while you're in there?
actually, is
Um,
there
I guess
cream
the-
sodas down there?
So,
The zeros?
two
I'm so
games
sorry, I just
ago,
noticed it.
No, you're
Sorry, Katrina.
I had
Thank you.
2 of these in the night, and then I had a headache. So I took my migraine meds.
Which have caffeine?
Uh-huh. I didn't get sleep till 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't.
Sounds unlike you.
A day later,
So,
I left here and I can't blink. I can't blink.
Mauvaise is taking that amulet and is basically saying that this must be kept very safe and
Yes.
out of bad hands.
as soon as you put your hands on it, you don't receive a vision or anything, but you feel an immediate sense of somebody standing behind you and like staring at the back of your skull. Like
Okay.
that feeling of somebody staring at you and you can't see them.
Sorry.
That reaction would make her turn and look. Like,
You
Like
turn
she would
around
turn
and you look. As you turn around and look, you feel like something's on the edge of your vision. Like it just keeps creeping around the side. 2 multicolored eyes that look like clusters of stars dancing around the edge of your vision.
You sure you want that?
I do.
Don't close your eyes.
I do.
Oh, she got the amulet. Well, she won't sleep now.
I'm fine. I don't sleep anyway. I'm an elf. I don't sleep.
Meditate, whatever.
Isn't it funny how the elves sleep in the game with their fingers like this? And
No, I haven't noticed actually.
Yeah, they do. They sit there with their
That's
lay
funny.
there. Yeah, I
We're
want to.
supposed to, but normally just.
Yeah, I want to keep.
pass out.
I want to keep this.
Okay.
This I want to keep.
Okay. Just add the amulet of starry eyes. It's I haven't made the item, but it is it's a thing.
Here's an item.
From outside that, he goes, "No take backs."
Just
So,
put it in my notes.
Not
right
to
now.
brag, with that last resilient, my lowest save is a +11.
Wow, that sounds nice. Mine is 2.
You guess your high saves.
Wizards known for their strength saving throws.
Yeah.
Golly, I might just happen to roll really good when I have to do a save.
Anyway, the
Now
scene
that
is
you've
still
jinxed it.
yours. Let me know if you need anything else from me.
Smell those three of
I don't know what I want now.
I want it. I want it. Ah.
So keep sailing on to Valora. So we want to stop by, if we're going that way, do we want to go by the Hall of Justice, Smoots Keep?
Show up.
We definitely need to go there
Oh yeah, we do.
for no particular reason.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Oh, you'll see. You'll see.
Listen, that's not gonna fly. Why do we need to go there?
Because it's his keep and he hasn't been home for a while. We don't need a second absent lord in our crew.
No.
Or third. Doesn't somebody else have a keep?
I don't have a keep. You have a keep?
No, I thought you did.
It's hilarious that you guys keep on forgetting about the
toasted.
Yeah, there we go. Well, that's a very absent lord, to say the least.
Yes.
Yeah, because Toast was a broken.
Absent
Yeah.
from life.
Well, so much really. Tell his brother and nephew at some point. Not
Harper
it.
ran away there at one point to hide while we were off killing the.
Can't find the book. What was your wife's name?
Regenta.
Regenta. Thank
yeah,
you.
That was.
I have it in a book, and I was like, where the
It's a
fuck
safe
is my
place.
book?
There's plenty of snacks running
I
around.
can't find
They're
my book of the
small,
Isle of
kind
Dread.
Like flying monkeys or
Yeah, that's
squirrels,
exactly
Question
something
about
like
the Isle of
that.
Dread.
Yeah.
Which
You call them
country has
snacks?
claim to it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Which country has claim to the
I
Isle
don't
of Dread?
understand
No.
the confusion.
Small
Really?
furry
No.
snacks.
Technically, it has claim of its inhabitants have claim.
Mm-hmm.
Just no one's.
Okay, yes.
The thing is, it's so far from
So
everything,
listen, when we
and it's full of
depopulated
fucking
the Isle of Dread,
dinosaurs. So everyone's like, fuck it. There's also not like a lot of good mining there. So
It's
people
like
just kind
unlivable
of
now.
that entire island cluster
livable now.
and the island of swords and all
vegetation
those
is
other ones.
fine.
People just don't
Living
lay claim
creatures were
because
not.
there's no one near them.
Look, we let a thing happen.
So they're a
You'll
lot
get
like the
used to it.
unclaimed territories to the south,
I have
right?
been with you long
To the
enough.
south, it looks like a bunch of
I'm still not
wilderness
used
near
to it.
Ogreville. There's actually small countries there. They just don't.
Nobody cares.
So many
Nobody
of our
cares,
first
right?
adventures
And it's
together
like
were on the Isle of
it's
Dread.
like one or two
There's these
towns, and
small
they call themselves a country.
monkey,
right?
squirrel things are called
And no
phantons.
one's near the Isle of
They're
Dread, so they
obnoxious,
can't
but
really
they look
claim. The
delicious.
closest one is like,
He has been
I guess
raising
you
their
could say would be
population, presumably so that I can snack
Quicksava?
them without retribution.
but then they'd
I
have to
haven't
sail all
confirmed
the
this,
way
but I'm
north.
pretty
And
sure
like,
that's correct.
why would they want to do that? They
Fine,
could claim more territory to the south if they
The
wanted to.
key,
They just
though, is to
don't
eat
because
meat cob.
then they'd have to hold it.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You have to eat, well, I have to eat meat cob.
You
What's
stay
a
away
meat
from
cob?
me, Cobb.
He was a phantom that
He's the
was with
hero
us
of
for
the
a long
Phantom.
time.
Yeah.
The
The
entire
new
point,
chief of the Phantom.
the entire point of you saving the Phantons, giving them new land so they can expand, was to give me snacks. We agreed on this.
I do not agree to that.
You don't remember a lot of things.
Look, this salt mirror, whatever the place, never been there. But I do remember not giving you permission to eat the Phantom.
I'm gonna trust that one. Just saying.
It's a foolish decision.
The one that has a never-ending flask of hallucid juice.
You know, after a while, you just build up an immunity.
Hardly hallucinates anymore, right? Flying squirrel, flying cloud.
I mean, I had a familiar here not too long ago. Where'd he go?
Whatever happened to your sloth, your giant water sloth?
Oh yeah, you did have a water slide.
Was he real?
Yeah,
What's your-
he's back at the Hall of Justice in the Druid's Grove.
Yeah.
Just sad.
Oh yeah, you did drop him off in the Hall
Okay.
of Justice. That was it. Because you have a Druid's Grove.
Yep.
The
And
sloth, so he's at this point still going, bye, Smoots.
I've got a sloth and I've got a monkey
Yes.
familiar.
You have a monkey
Yes.
familiar, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That you can speak to.
And you
Because
had,
you can
like,
speak
a
monkey,
reptilian
but only to that monkey.
mounts,
Mhm.
like
Oh,
Agu, the dragon.
Yeah, the
worm or whatever?
The what? Worm.
But I have to speak with.
The wormling.
Yeah, the wormling, yeah.
It's
wizard.
with
Oh.
Jazanam. It's with Jazanam.
Oh, okay,
Never
yeah.
mind.
You're like, here, watch this egg with her.
Yeah,
What
Yeah.
if that egg hatched?
that's a good
Oh
point.
my god.
So many subplots. So many
The
You've
next
messed up.
level of my keep, how much? Because it's 4th level now?
It's 4th level, be 5th level. A 5th level keep. I'll answer that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Wizard.
No rush.
Yes, we have time. We're going to go to the Hall of Justice. We have to go see his poor butler, who wants desperately to die but cannot. His Druid's Grove is basically dedicated to keeping his
Oh,
butler
that's
alive.
right, because I ordered him not to
Yeah.
You ordered him not to die.
You ordered the power of your Druid's Grove to keep that old fucking man alive.
I forgot that.
Yeah, you terrible people.
I just didn't want him to die.
It wasn't like malicious.
I mean, he doesn't want to die, and we're stopping him from it, so.
Remember, this is our good paladin. Well, this is our paladin.
Hey, I am fully adequate.
I got a good passing grade on the competency test.
I'm a C+ average, so
Level 5, level 5, level 5. Level 5 of which type of level? Some are more expensive than others.
What was your lizard folks name?
Either a fortress or a grove.
Please tell me his name is Meepo.
No, Meepo is like a 5-man controlled unit in Dota, and he's not a lizard.
Okay.
He
A
had character
5th level of being a 4th level fortress is going to run you 20,000 copper.
Aragar, there
Okay.
we go.
A
Was it
2nd level
Yes.
grove, because it's a 2nd level grove, right? A 2nd level grove of a 5th level fortress is going to run you 10,000 copper.
That'd be 3rd level, because it's 4th level keep right now, right?
Yeah, it's
It's
4th
got a
level
wizard's tower, a grove with 1st level.
and 2 levels of keep. Oh, okay, so it would be be a 2nd level grove for a 5th level keep,
Okay. Or a 3rd level
or a
keep,
3rd level keep.
which is
Okay, so that would be. So I was going to say a 4th level keep, so it would be a 3rd, which drops that down by 4. So that would be 16,000 copper.
sold.
Okay. Earn 16,000. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Tony, you do remember what Zorshan and Aragar did at Hall of Justice, right? Okay, I'll best of you.
Oh God, I feel like I'm about to relearn something that I already agreed to.
Okay. And you said D100.
D100. We're gonna be doing this twice.
Okay.
And yeah, if we're actually going to the Hall of Justice, I'm definitely going to switch to Aragar for a bit.
Okay.
That's already used.
90. 90.
90. All right. Give me a Zan.
The secession crisis.
Okay, write
That's
this
our next
down.
plot in
Oh,
this
crap.
game.
Scribe.
Oh, it's out of character.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secretary.
Yeah, I thought he was telling Decade. Come on.
Secretary Decatur.
By raising the keeps level, you gain 1 unit of regular medium cavalry.
Ooh.
So that's medium armor, like breastplates
Yep.
of human cavalry. And they're regular, so they're better than green.
Nice.
They're better than seasoned, so they're the 3rd best
Right.
Yeah, accurate.
out of 5 levels. Go ahead. Now here's the thing: do you want a paladin cohort, or do you want a druid cohort? Yeah, choose between the 2.
Paladin.
Paladin it is. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Not D20. $30.
Let's hit a squeaker in it.
A 3rd level battle priest.
A 3rd level? Or
Yeah.
okay.
I don't remember why.
I'll put him to work.
A battle priest. So basically, you have a
I
priest.
just know they went there.
If it's a battle priest, let me look at the Gulisi gods. Let me look under the human pantheon.
Grab something from here.
Maybe no. Yeah. Adakwa. She is the
Nah. Unemployed.
she is the goddess
No, it
of
doesn't.
war,
remember.
summer, and gambling.
2 out of 3. Okay.
Idakkola. Adakwa. Goddess of war, summer, and gambling. So there is a small church of Adakwa in your town now. So your town
Cool.
is good enough where it actually has a chapel now.
Nice.
To a goddess of battle, which makes sense because you are on the border with an enemy country. So, Griggledon.
Yeah, I have archers, light infantry, and medium cavalry. Do I have pikemen too?
Yeah, you got a unit of pikemen when you kill those fire giants.
That's right. Okay. God, that was like, what, a year ago?
Yep.
It was more than a year ago. That was like 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
Is Orson in
Is that, I think, yeah, that was still during the Zoom times, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Does this ring
I
any bells?
fucking remember that. Oh,
Out of character, I
God.
vaguely remember.
I don't think you were here for this, honestly.
I think you told
I don't
me.
think you were either.
Okay, I'm ready for it. Okay. Okay, so the next scene we are setting in is you guys landing your flying ship in
New Hope.
New Hope. New Hope. And the Hall of Justice is the castle outside of New Hope. Okay.
The real New Hope, not the sign in the desert. Another lost story.
New Hope.
As you fly into New Hope has a normal dock along the river, a 3-port dock, as well as it has still a skyport for your flying ship. You make dock at the skyport. As you do, the
Does Marcus cover this, or is there a new harbor master?
no, Marcus is still here. Marcus, the harbor master, is here in his multicolored shawl. He is here, as well as 2 other retainers with him as well. 2
As is
guards.
tradition, you must jump in the water.
He's actually at the sky dock, so it's gonna be a little awkward.
It's got a cliff dive.
As you guys are there, who's getting off? All of,
Zorksan is leaving.
okay, so I was playing Marcus. Oh, of course, Lord Zorksan. Good to see you, sir.
Yes. It's been so long since we've been here.
Of course. And Monsieur de Quebec, it's good to see you. I've heard that you've been married. Of course. And of course, my Lord Smoots.
Yes. Thank you very wait, no. Yes. Thank you very much. It's been such a long time. I would love to peruse the area.
What the shit is going on?
I'm Smoot.
You'll be smoke when I'm done.
See, he's not right in the head.
Lord Smoot, there is a man that looks like you on the ship.
He's not like me, because I look like me.
Of course.
As we told you.
The Lord Smoot.
Smoots not something like that.
Well, it's fine. We'll go into town. I'm sure everything will be straightened out. Everyone will know.
Of course. Anyway, the statue in the middle of town has been completed.
Yes, thank you very much. It's very
difficult.
important that I now look like this.
It was difficult to find that much granite, but we made a 25-foot tall statue of you in your likeness.
Yes, thank you.
Of course.
I, Smoot, am very happy that you have done that.
Of course, my lord.
You're not smooth. You'll be smitten if you don't knock it off.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Of
We
course.
found him wandering the wastelands. He thinks
Arm on the
he's
shoulder.
Smoot.
Just play along. Things went down while you were gone. Don't worry about it.
Of course, my lord. Anyways, is there any business you are in town? Guys?
We did want to speak with the butler. I'm unsure of what his name is, but the butler. See, I am in character.
Of course, I will let the butler know that you are.
It's the old fuck.
Yes, the old butler, old fuck.
Of course.
Francesco, old fuck.
Of course, I will let him know if his name changed. Very.
Yes.
What is going on?
Marcus is looking at all of you with any proficiency in insight. He is confused. He's like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
she is very
She's
proficient.
just sitting
He
here
sees
like,
Lord
what?
Snow and Lord
Who
Snow.
is this?
Hello, I'm Aragar. It's nice to meet you.
So,
See?
I mean, I am Smoot. It is nice to meet
He
you.
said it. He said it. He said it.
Wait a minute.
It's Aragar Smoots.
Yes.
This is
No.
This
No.
is Smoot.
Yes.
No.
No,
No.
Yes.
No.
I am Smoot.
Of course.
You have a statue, therefore I am Smoot.
They did question why we made a 25-foot statue of a lizard man in a robe, but
I am Smoot.
we did. We made sure to make your hands as big as possible.
Yes, you know, the Chappaquiddick and all that. It's a long time ago. I don't know who my villain is because we were wearing earmuffs.
You've never even been in the Chappaquiddick. I have bathed in its waters.
See, he's crazy.
Marcus is just going to take steps back. At your leave, my lord.
Yes.
And he turns around and walks away before you even get it.
This is Erigar Smoots, the one-time Winter King. It was a long story.
Yes.
Yeah, we were. Very briefly.
Except when it didn't happen, but when
Yes.
it did.
It
Yes.
did, but it didn't.
It happened for me, but then not for me.
Because of timey-wimey.
But don't
Timey-wimey
worry,
stuff,
he
yeah.
is the Lord of the Hall of Justice now, alongside Smoot. Well, he is.
Who is Smith?
I'm so confused.
So, where do you guys go?
Look, Erigar had to stop here at one point, and so did I.
I have to
One
pull
thing
up
led
this
to another.
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I think the
I'm
critics
still not sure why we had to go.
I am
can't
so
recall.
going to give you guys a spanking.
Ah, there we
Yes,
go.
I Smoots will give them a spanking. Good.
Anyway,
I
since
mean,
the,
yes.
the keep is
With my
level
flail.
Yes, okay, give me your flail.
No.
That was...
Drop them. Come on.
All right.
Raise my robe.
Wham! Smite.
The population of the town has increased by 1,000, so now it's 2,825.
The fertility from the lizard guy.
It is still almost entirely human, except for a small but growing population of Phantom.
I can help you with your pest problem.
Rats.
So as a description again, New Hope is built along a river
Details very
leading
cute.
to the Sea of Olis. It is known for its rich resources, constantly under threat from the Empire of
you ever do get
Rigaldon,
frozen, I
and its
don't think you
location
should.
to the
I think
southern
you
border
can
of
be
Frelis. You Erigar Smoot are currently the
Timey-wimey stuff. He's a Smoot now.
the ruler. The keep is on the edge. It's surrounded by a moat. It looms over now the large town.
Something that absolutely makes no difference whatsoever.
There's
For
a
the win.
small wooden bait. A
the
barracks
forces
located
of
inside of it. There's a dock. I've noticed that. There's a tavern called the Lonely Wizard. There's still the general store, the Royal
mother never
Whistle,
told you
the
about
blacksmith
this wizard
store,
right
the
there.
Freemason's Pommel, and
Yes, got Smoot. Your
there's a
father
couple
never told you about
farmsteads,
that.
as well as there is now a church to Adakwa.
There's also a mine.
There is a mine and a mining company owned by some dwarven gem miners from the north that have settled in as well. And the town is bustling, right? Money is good. Now that Barovia has been thoroughly destroyed, they have there's peace again in the land, and the Exalted Empire is now looking again outwards. And its troops are well seasoned now.
Did any of Smoot's troops ever make it to Barovia? He kind of tried to delay them.
You successfully delayed your troops. They literally only made it for the pillaging.
I mean, that's the best part.
Yay,
Go
conquering hero.
And that's why you came back with cavalry units, because there was a lord who was killed and his units were left without a lord because he himself died in battle. And you came back, they split up his military units and you got one of them.
Nice. Nice.
As you do come in, you will notice there is a centerpiece in the middle of town. It is a 25-foot tall white marble statue of a lizard man
The black says,
in robes, and his hands outward. The hands are awkwardly large.
Did you ever play the Sly Cooper games?
No, but I've seen one.
Because there's a boss who becomes an ally in Iguana, and you're playing him exactly like he is in the
Nice.
Word that the Lord has arrived is spread throughout town. And the fact that Smoots there and you're there has read, there's a lot of confusion in town. Because they've been convinced that the human was turned into a lizard man but is still their lord. But some of them recognize what it looks like and also Smoots there. So people are just rapidly confused in town. Both of you are getting bowed to as you do, and many people are talking at you as you come in town. What is it you guys wish to do?
maybe you consider a co-lordship would be.
Ooh.
Horse shit.
All of the power, but none of the stress.
I'm gonna try to milk this a little bit.
We're gonna see the PK of Aragar in this town.
Aragar, roll a performance check.
Okay. Let's see. I think that's decent.
As an uninvolved party, I can help you, Smoots.
Dirty 20.
30-20. You milk this for quite a ways. I'll say you guys get to the center of town, and you've convinced most of the town that you are actually the Lord Smoot. People are actually, there's only like 1 or 2 people actually around Smoot. Everyone else is around you and convinced it's you.
I mean, he's mostly been absent. It's easy.
Up until the point of, you hear a woman call out from a distance into the large crowd. She doesn't currently see you because there's a lot of people. It is a familiar voice to you, Smoot.
Is it another archaeologist?
What was the name? God, I forget her name again.
Brigenta?
Brigenta.
Who's Brigenta?
You hear Brigenta call out from near the keep. She is flanked. She is on a small horse, a very decorative kind of like white horse, you know. And flanked by her are 2 fully armored knights with your banner on them.
Okay.
And one of them carries a pole standard with your flag. What does your flag look like?
It's rectangle.
I have a-
With a flask on it.
It's
Does it got like a library and a dead Kennedy?
No, it's the band logo for the Dead Kennedys.
Wow.
book depository.
You guys didn't
limo.
do anything weird to his standard, do you? It's not like an owlbear or anything, is it?
But also,
God.
this
Oh, I wish we would have thought about that.
That would have been amazing.
You can come back to me later on if you want. I mean,
Yeah, let me think about that.
Okay.
This isn't the Regenta that's imprisoned in the capital, is it?
As you guys turn around, it looks like the Brigenta who was supposed to be captured is currently there. At least that's what it appears. She is farther than 40 feet away.
Check her fingers. Bite one off and it'll match.
She calls out, "My Lord Smoot, you have returned."
Yes.
She's looking around like you say yes, and she just
Cork
kinda
it.
looking around, and she doesn't like. She's not even looking at you. Like, wait a minute, you're not.
Yes, I am Smoot. I was reincarnated into this form.
I know who you are, Aragar.
No, you don't.
Is that why we have the statue? Everyone's been telling me that they've been building that thing for thanks to something you have done.
Yes, that's what I
That's
spent
coming
my-
out of your pay.
I don't get paid. Jokes on you.
This is called slavery. It's encouraged.
My love, I apologize. I have been busy in the keep for quite some time.
Insight.
What's my insight?
Because I know. Oh, Jesus.
You've seen her finger.
36.
Man, fuck you. Why did I even roll? I'm like, oh, this bitch has got like a +8 to.
Yeah, no.
As you look at her, she looks human. She looks like a human woman. She's not missing any fingers. She seems genuine. If she's lying, she's really good.
Take her finger.
But she isn't missing a finger.
High five.
She seems to be sitting there, hands upon the pommel, flanked by the knights. She seems very confused by what's going on, emotional state. She's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And you can tell that she seems like, she's like, oh, am I an idiot? Like, how did I not question why they're building a statue of the Lizard Man in the middle of the town?
Can I read her thoughts?
Yeah, you can. Roll me a, you know what? Roll me a, no, I just roll a save against it. I roll what?
So many months
It's
ago.
intelligence, right? Or
It's
is
so
it
worth
wisdom?
it.
Detect thought for dig, right? And you get surface, but there's also a dig
Was
mechanic.
I just picking
Wisdom
someone up
saving
from here
throw.
and I had to rest before I could teleport
Okay.
again? And we
Got
were just like, well, fuck
Okay.
it.
Okay.
What was I getting
it's
from
been
here?
so long, yeah, I don't know.
What are you digging for?
I want to know who this fucking person is. Because as far as I knew,
I mean, I know why we
His
did it, but not
wife
why we
was-
came here.
was kidnapped.
We
So
did
I want to
it
know who
for
this
last.
person is.
Oh, wait.
According to her memories,
Yep.
this is Brigenta,
It was on my, like,
the wife of Smoots.
was
and Regenta was a college student, and Smoot rescued her and her friends from a bad time. They were stuck on the Isle of Dread. They had gone off on a expedition for for the equivalent of a doctorate within her bardic college. And her and 5 others and a small contingent of explorers went in, but only her and her 3 friends made it out alive. And then she started dating Smoot shortly thereafter on the ship ride back.
They were imprisoned underground were the things that depopulated the Isle of Dread.
Yes.
So, am I aware of anything like cloning or that would have,
Roll me an Arcana check to see
So
what
I
you
don't
have.
mean to
Not
be
on
the
this
Debbie
character.
Downer, but
Yeah.
shouldn't she not be here?
It's some wizardly.
I was
stuff.
wondering that myself.
19.
19. You are aware of spells like clone, modify memory, some soul manipulation exists. I mean, homunculi
That's
exist as well. I would say with a
Candy
19, you are very familiar with the most famous of the homunculi accounts, which is called the. Give me 1 second. I will have the answer of what you want. I am going to. Are you ready for a? I'm gonna G-chat you a lore dump,
Sounds
right?
good. Sounds good.
Okay. This is called the Wilhelm Decree.
Okay.
Oh!
That's the Wilhelm Declaration.
I wonder. You know what? I wonder what's the best way to send this to you. It's really formatted.
We didn't
I'm
consider
going-
this.
Is it like Google document?
It is a Google document. It's built into something else that I
Oh, okay.
have.
All right.
We
But,
see 10 fingers. But did Regina have 11?
You know what I'm going to do? I am going to copy this. I'll put it in a document and I'll share it with you.
No,
Thank
she
you.
didn't
Probably
kill
the
my
best way
father.
I can do this.
Remember, this would have been back when Strum was still in the crystal ball that you played as Erigar.
Yeah.
Because that's how we ended up at the.
When I get a
Joso
chance,
orchestra.
though, Tony, I want to dig deeper
But I
Okay,
can't remember why.
when
you guys
when
did
enough
here.
time has gone by.
I am going to
We
share
did
this
for
with
something,
you
but holy shit, I don't
now.
remember why.
I'm
I
sharing
swear I
it
was
with
picking
your
someone up.
My
email.
Gmail. Okay.
You're picking up some. Maybe.
Okay,
you
Google Doc is
get a
shared with you.
potion
Cool,
or
thank you.
something?
As you dig
Oh, did
in
you have
deeper,
something commissioned? Like, how many
Yeah.
years?
the more you dig in,
You've done that a couple times.
I mean, it seems genuine. I mean, it's like, give me an investigation roll, right? As you're digging into memories, trying to find the right
Or I
ones.
was dropping something off here.
Not great. 14.
14.
It's like, hey, you'll be safe here.
Most of it's just a blast. Like you're taking like large chunks of memories and just kind of looking at them, and you're sorting through. Okay, she's in a library. She's in a library. She's in another library. What is it with this bitch in books? Just like going through stuff like that. Like, oh, here's a memory of her and Smoot again. Okay, this is them. This is him awkwardly preparing, proposing marriage for legal reasons, which she wasn't happy about that. Like, you want to only marry me for like legal reasons, like and like other stuff. But
Yeah, also gonna die, possibly.
yeah, also yeah, like that.
Okay.
But yeah,
So maybe you dropped right off.
I think that's what it is.
mostly seems legit, awkwardly legit. But she's supposed to be like they have her finger, like she's supposed to be in the keep.
Pretty sure I was dropping Reyna off before the Jurassic fight because I didn't want her to be on the ship in case things went terribly. I think that's why we
In what
came
keep?
here.
What keep is she supposed to be in?
In
Forellis capital.
Capital of Forellis.
She's being held hostage there, supposedly.
By who?
Rainier is
Right
the
now.
capital.
Okay. The witches, the one that took over the Emperor's spot or Empress spot, she's now that, along with the witch. There's 2 other witches that are involved, but them and / Provaxis is also going to be involved because that's the god ceremony thing that's going on.
Got it. Okay.
What are you trying to do?
I have messaged Regenta before, or
You-
cast sending to
You've
communicate
cast sending, yes.
with her before. So
But now your targeting's going to be messed up.
that's the thing. I'm gonna just turn away, shut my eyes, and I'm gonna just try to
Picture
do
her
that
eyes.
again. Cast sending
Cast sending.
to see
To
if
Regenta.
I contact this woman, or if she is still back at the prison cells.
Picture the
You-
9-fingered
you-
Regenta.
You cast sending at the Regenta you know. go ahead and you say you close your eyes, turn away, and just kind of.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to who I know to be her.
Yeah.
If she's still where I last saw her.
What do you say?
It's like 20 words or less, right?
Yeah,
Sup,
25
how are
words.
Okay, so I'll just
You up?
You up?
keep it short.
Knew
This
something
is Decadic of the Enterprise, following up to see how you are doing. Are you still in prison? Leave it at that.
Did you escape?
You hear back. Oh, Decadic, thank you for contacting me back. I'm so scared. They haven't fed me for a few days. I'm sorry if I sound weak. I don't know what to do. Are you coming to the castle to save me soon?
What the fuck?
Soon by our standards.
As you turn around and
Define
look at this
soon.
woman, she obviously
yeah.
did not reply back.
Yeah, I can tell she's not like
Yeah.
that's. Oh my god, this is fucking insane.
And as you have your memory in there, you don't hear this going on back and forth. If you had detective thoughts in somebody's head while they got message, you would have been hearing this back and forth. You heard none of that.
That is not the woman that you contacted.
You could tell I contacted someone. What?
Stop
I am
eavesdropping.
sitting in her thoughts, yes.
Oh boy.
What are his thoughts?
I'm in his thoughts
You're
too.
eavesdropping on him.
I eavesdrop on everybody.
I'll
I'll get you out of my head.
So I'm just
I'm-
kind of slightly confused, but
Probably.
Especially focusing on
okay.
I'll send
It's
another.
like, I won.
I'll send another message back to her just to
Okay.
try to reassure her, just saying, we are making preparations to free you soon. We are
Yeah.
regrouping at Smoots Keep. I will contact you again very shortly.
Stay strong.
Oh, thank you so much, Decadic. I'm waiting for your return. Is there anything I can do on my side to help? Is there anything?
Stay alive.
Do you know when you're coming?
I'll cast another sending. I will contact you in an hour to go over more details.
Thank you, Decadic. Tell Smoot I love him. Tell him I'm sorry. I love him so much.
I will then use my telepathic feats to speak to Smoot telepathically, saying,
I love you, Smoot.
I know.
All right.
it's like,
I told him. Seemed weird about
Smoot, I just contacted your wife. That woman on the horse is not her. She's still back in the keep. We should get to the Hall of Justice so we can figure this out in private, away from the public view.
Detect evil.
Detect evil.
I'm right here.
I know.
Yeah.
And funny enough
spot
that you
up
say
for
that, you detect evil. He feels more evil than he's ever felt.
Level up.
So detect evil detects not only that, it detects creatures of evil. You detect undead. You detect soul reaper. You're detecting like that ring. That
Still have a
ring
pulse.
is
Wait, no, I don't.
cold.
Am I?
Okay. Like
Not a snake.
it's kind of like it reminds me of the scene. At least I do. The rings wraith. The way the wraiths see the one ring when it's being worn. That's how you're seeing that ring. Woo! Yeah, and your wife seems fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Alright.
seems. Just comes up. You're just like, okay, yeah. She just seems. You're not getting anything off detect evil on her. It's like.
I seem happier than usual.
Yes, let us, Lord Smoot, let us return to the keep.
Lord Smoots.
Go along.
Let's go.
Yes. Thank you,
Yes.
underling. Let's go into the keep.
She points at her guards and she says, "Guards, if you let that lizard in the keep, I'm going to be very distraught. I'm going to speak to both of your wives.
But guards, I am Smoot.
The guards just kind of lower spears at your character.
Smoot. I mean, imposter Smoot, would you please let me get in here?
I want to speak to the Masons tomorrow. I want that goddamn thing torn down.
It's gorgeous. Why would you do that?
Can I have it at least?
Can I tear it down
Maybe
with plant
take
growth?
it.
You could.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a
You guys just gotta see the
make me a spellcraft check. Make me a
for the
spell.
bust.
The equivalent of a spell attack roll, right?
Okay.
Actually put this on it.
Which would be like,
It's your charisma modifier
Okay.
plus your proficiency bonus.
oh, sweet.
Wait, what are you doing?
Destroying the statue with plant growth.
Nice. I dig it.
Practice for the real thing.
Yeah.
It's only an 18.
18. You see vines. It's not able to destroy it, but you just see vines and like trees and all that just kind of wrap around it and just have completely entangled this thing. So it's not destroyed, but it's
It's
covered up.
very
right now.
nice of you to add the flavor to the statue. I really appreciate it.
You know I have nothing to do with
At this point, it's more
Oh,
like
you
a
had
shit
everything
head.
to do with this.
Knowing what I know about this, do these homunculi have any kind of marks on them?
Yes. You believe with necromancy
Statue
magic,
in the back of it.
you're able to. It's not take a sampling of the soul, but like look at the soul. It's called soul sight, right? You're able to do it. It's a version of detect magic, specifically meant for like liches and to like look at the condition of the soul. It's possible. It takes some work. And it does take some
Stitches.
ritualistic preparation. So you would have to grab some plant materials. You'd have to create eye drops, and then you'd have to like rub those into your eyes, and then you'd be able to like that.
Do you think I could? I think I could do this.
You could probably do it. It's the druidic version is very possible, right?
Shit. Yeah. Okay.
But you would probably have to go. You would have to get the materials from a druid's grove, but there is one here.
There is one here. I was gonna say.
So you need druid's grove. You need water from the grove's well, right? Basically, kind of like sanctifying the rite.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to make a nature check,
Okay.
right? And then you just have to be able to
So that
like
whatever.
create the basically the drops to kind of like rub in your eyes.
Okay. If I know what plant materials or whatever that I would need, and I don't think I can harvest them here, can I use the Cauldron of Creation to create them?
Not even a question. Yes, you could
Okay.
easily create everything except for the water from a grove in the Cauldron of
All right.
Creation.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna and go work on that.
Okay. There you go.
Say hi to Mr. Pointy for me.
Sure will.
I have a question
I will
from one of my
transform to a
earlier
bird.
questions that I
Okay.
saved.
Oh wait.
Mr. Pointy's the treant.
My ring.
exciting.
If I
This
wear
is a
only the
pine.
ring and got to her Cauldron of
I
Creation,
love that.
would the cauldron win or would the ring win, or what would happen?
The
Codex
only
and codex.
the only thing
Codex
the
to
cauldron
codex.
cannot destroy is a codex.
Yeah. Then I
It'd be-
yeah, I remember that.
And if you did walk into it with just the ring and the
I
cauldron
would
tried
die.
to eat it, it would be like putting a bag of holding in a bag of holding, but worse. It would be putting a 10th level spell inside a 10th level spell. What could happen could be catastrophic. You could cause a never-ending winter.
Oh no, I feel her desire.
Hold
I
up the
haven't
pine
even met her
whistle.
yet.
You just keep that shit over there.
Dude, hear me out. Here's how
No,
we be
I'm gone.
faster.
I'm flying.
Okay,
picturing,
it turns into a sparrowhawk.
It's
That's
a European
exactly
swallow
Meet you at the grove and the keep.
a cauldron, or maybe an African swallow.
African European.
We could get a piece of twine. Watched it last
Okay.
night.
So,
Good.
where does this scene progress?
Hell if I
Where
know.
are we?
You know, I gotta
moving
be honest,
to?
I don't know
So
where
we're
we're going.
moving up to the keep
Okay.
and the official residence,
Okay.
and I'm really confused because I'm getting mixed messages
Oh,
here.
so you remember, like, in the Emperor's New Groove when Cusco died? Okay, so Cusco, there's decorations of Cusco everywhere, and as soon as he's dead, Yzma takes over, and they start replacing every decoration. Like, they paint over and slap over new stencils with Yzma. It's like that in the castle, but with his likeness.
Because they're like, we need to change everything.
He did nothing else except for, like, strictly appearances.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
Also, Zorkshan was not involved. This is strictly Aragar.
So the woman does
Yeah.
get off her horse and she offers her hand to you.
Guess I'll take it.
Okay. She takes your hand and you, the lord and lady of, possibly the lady, who knows, walk hand in hand. And people are cheering as you go by. And a couple are like, did he get better? And then they see like Aragar being escorted by like two knights with spear point, and they're like, why are they pointing spears at the Lord of Smoot? And is that what, like, people are confused, like, who's in charge?
And
Double your power.
Aragar's still just like, yes, hello, my people.
God damn it. Roll me
Twice the
roll me
Smoots,
another
double the
performance
power.
check, this time at disadvantage, but still roll it. I'm curious if this
So there's
succeeds.
the
It's going to be
Queen
hilarious.
Maid, which is this. And then there's the Beauty Queen, which is leading with the elbow.
18 both times.
Jesus Christ.
Now, when I
People
aim
are
it- when I-
confused.
when I-
Like, as you're walking by, they're like, which one's the Lord Smoot? I thought it was the Lizard Man. And another lady's like, I heard he got better.
Go better.
One of these things
turned
is
me
not
into a
like
newt.
the other.
Go better.
And there's also like 1,000 new people in town, and those 1,000 people have heard this entire time that you're a lizard man. So like most of them are there, and then
Why
like
else would there be a
they're
statue?
like 20 or 30 guys are like, oh, I've been here since the town's beginning. It's that guy. Like, so there's just confusion.
Mass mayhem. and
You're
panic.
welcome.
No one knows who's in charge of this goddamn town at this point.
Smoots.
Smoot is, obviously.
Clearly, so it is.
You guys make it up to the
You're
gate.
missing a
As you
chance
do,
to have all the power and none of the responsibility.
the oldest man you've ever seen is just sitting there hunched over.
We are gonna do something.
There
about that.
is a young
What was his
serf.
name?
There's a young serf helping
Francesco.
hold him
Oh yes,
up,
Francesco.
and there's a wheelchair behind him. You can tell he got out of the wheelchair, and this young serf is just holding up this 75-pound man who's like 4'6", maybe,
Like
but
the
like
butler
hunched
from
over, so he's more like 4'10". He's
See,
like,
I might
"Ah."
be evil, but I let people die.
This man has
Help
Encourage
people
it.
die.
I am a helper.
This man has had a heart attack every month, and you've been keeping him alive. He has had so many strokes. At this
He is a
point,
stroke.
he doesn't look as bad as Mitch McConnell, but goddamn is he not getting better.
He does keep freezing up though. For some reason.
You have to keep turning him off, turning him back on.
Wind up the crank in the back.
You hear, my Lord Smoot, wonderful to see you, and without scales.
Yes, old fuck.
His natural growth.
My Lord Smoot,
Yes.
let me.
Out comes the flail.
He's wearing a pair of glasses. He puts on another pair of glasses. Oh.
Hold that thought. Shut the fuck up.
I have had a feast made in your honor. I have invited the local lords and ladies. They will be here in a 10-day to celebrate the Lord's return to our castle.
What the hell? What's up with all these paintings of him?
It's beautiful.
We were made aware of your conditions. I heard that you had been changed into a lizard man, which seems weird unless they actually know you, in which case it was pretty normal.
Oh fuck! I went through 9 races in a week. It's not that uncommon.
Your captain himself verified your condition.
Never mind.
I think everyone has changed races at this point. Almost everyone.
No.
Because
I
you
have.
have. I have.
I have enough for everyone.
Your other character did.
Really?
Oh, yeah, Varric.
Sorry.
Oh,
The
very
guy that got brought back as a.
Oh, you're talking about
Magor.
over the multiple cameras.
Yeah.
And of course, he doesn't look at the both of you. He looks at the lady of the keep and he says, "My lady." She looks over back to your character. Says, This is the Lord Smoot.
And I am the Lord Smoot.
Put a bag over his head.
They try to put a burlap bag over your head, but you got a snout, so it's more like like a hawk. You ever seen a hawk have a thing put over your head? You got like you've been hawked at this point.
He's got a hood.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love it.
Amazing.
God damn it.
Of course, my lord. Anyway, this is my assistant.
Young fuck.
get to you.
Yes, young fuck. Hello, young fuck.
Old fuck, how many phantons did you use in the feast that you mentioned?
Yes, indeed.
They have been known to work in the kitchens. They're very good at.
No
cooking
one is eating
stews
Phanton.
And
I admire your optimism. Pessimism.
we have created why we created the breeding roost. I am very confused about, but it is on the roof. The
Thank
phantom
you.
population has exploded. As requested, we have housed the young near Mr. Zorksand's room. The phantoms are very curious about it, but the nursery is there. They don't lay eggs, so we weren't able to leave phantom eggs in the nursery. They do give bad birth. But as requested, we did ask them if they laid eggs, and they don't lay eggs. So I am sorry, my Lord Smith.
Then put them in an egg. How hard is that?
In one.
Nobody's putting Phantons in anything.
Except my belly.
Stop. 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 Stop.
Oh my god.
We're not on board the ship.
Right, we are in my keep. You see by the wall.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
He's got a point. We're gonna recruit a few phantom.
Oh no.
The old guy gets in the wheelchair, and Francesco slowly gets wheeled away back into the keep.
We need a magic item and
The cauldron. That's exactly what I was thinking.
You're gonna dunk him?
Pick him like an elf.
We're gonna
or
dunk
something.
him.
Pick him like an elf. or something.
Personally, I think all of you should take baths.
It becomes a really
absolutely
old
not.
dragonborn.
You can shapeshift. You
He
can do
still
whatever you
stays
want
old.
to.
Yeah, I want to
He just dies every month.
Your world
It's
needs
just
to
a
be
different
anything. You
race
choose
now.
to be yourself.
Yes.
What a mistake.
Wakes up
You're a
old,
mistake.
As an elf.
wakes up old and confused, and you just keep
Or whatever you
gaslighting.
want.
It doesn't matter what race I am, so it wouldn't matter.
Are you
really.
feeling better now?
I mean, just now, Allie. That solves most of my problems.
Yeah, there you go.
God.
See?
Where do we
Except for the part where
transition
every
this
week I
next
might
scene?
die.
Holy shit.
I
don't even know.
I guess
Somewhere where we can talk alone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, roll me a nature check during this time.
Look, Smoot, I took an interest in your expanding the phantom population, and I had them be encouraged to breed.
Natural 20.
Jesus
So
For
Christ.
purely
great.
It
philanthropic
took you
reasons.
like 8 minutes. Like, you're done now. Where did my screens all turn
Where
black?
was
Oh,
that?
just-
Up on my quarters. Edgar, Erica. Edgar, there we go, yeah.
Erigar.
Erigar.
I really just want to say
I think they're
Edgar.
coming back.
Yeah. I get that.
No, they're coming back. They were. Okay, they're back. All right, cool. The screens are back.
This is made
That
up.
helps.
Yeah.
Still
Oh,
speaking.
definitely.
It didn't take you long. You gave me the wizard.
I love
It's a
it.
nice
Yeah.
place. There's a large
You're
treant there
slaying
that is the
everybody.
guardian of
He's
the
coming back at
grove.
some point.
There's some enchanted and intelligent animals that are able to actually speak several languages that are there.
I have
It
I
is-
have speak with animals. Just
It is a full druid's grove. It's heavily enchanted, and there is a beautiful central tree
Mhm.
that you feel power come from,
sweet.
as if it is a divine conduit
Okay.
to nature itself.
Nice.
You
Okay.
know, I once took the ability to speak with animals. Worst conversations I've had in my life. I don't know why you bothered. I think Druid was a poor path to go down.
I think you will probably second guess that.
The
After
one
my-
unique feature of it is that you notice that it grows interesting fruit,
Mhm.
and from that fruit, one fruit in specific that is growing underneath it is see-through, and it glows. And inside that fruit, you see a creature stir.
Okay.
You see arms, you see legs, you see a
Stay
tail.
away.
You see
Is it a
a
baby
monkey-like face.
It's a baby
As
Harambe.
is it's
I told you,
there seems to be
Phantasm
some
Next.
kind of baby monkey is growing inside this fruit, and it pulsates.
Dude, it is
Okay.
It
definitely
is
a baby
growing
Harambe.
under the tree, surrounded by
Is
other
this-
fruits.
You made this grow
But
from
then
fruit from
not
him.
like this one.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right, I did.
This is absolutely
Can
a
I
baby
Holy
Harambe.
communicate with this tree?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to communicate with this tree.
Okay.
I will use either speak with plants or. 'cause I've
What
got
do
that
you
too.
What do you
Oh,
say
sorry.
to this tree?
I will hug him and kiss him and name him George.
Then I'll leave him.
Old friend,
You can do your
deep
thing
are
first,
your
that's
roots.
fine.
I would like
Honestly,
Your
food made with
permission.
love is better.
to commune in your grove.
Jesus, you wag with zeal.
Commune. Commune. Be one. Sit. Be peaceful. Sit. Be violent. Sit. Be one. Calm. Crash. Waves. Strike. Light. Grow. Live. Decay. Die. Live again. It just keeps repeating a cycle.
Okay.
Cycles of nature.
Okay. Such precious fruit that you bear. What life bring you to this world?
No, man.
Born again. Born again. I am one. I shall be two. I am one. I shall be two.
Okay.
Born again. Born again. Harambe. Harambe.
Oh God. What is Harambe, guys?
Like-
Okay, so gorilla, right?
Right.
Big gorilla.
Giant
Yes.
gorilla. Think King Kong.
Okay.
Think King Kong. Think it's very important to nature for some reason or
It's
other.
like a
I don't
spirit
know why.
guardian who was abducted from the Isle of Dread.
So he
Whatever
was
mind
on an
control.
island off the Isle of Dread. At one point, he got kidnapped by another country. They put like a mind control thing on him. Against my wishes, our crew saved him.
In a battle in the elven city of Cincinnati.
Okay.
And came back, gave us all fruits. He took his fruit, made this grove here in this place. Yeah, he's very green dragon nature, druid,
Good,
whatever.
though, in
very.
general.
Not Green Dragon.
Roll me a.
Yeah, correct. But,
Because you are druid, you might know of this. It's a little obscure, but it's not too obscure. It's from.
I tried to kill him.
It's from the Forgotten Age, but you might know.
I tried
Okay.
really hard.
Go ahead and roll me a.
Because I wanted his heart.
I guess it's a nature check. It's a nature check. Yeah.
Okay.
The silver
So
grass skills,
with
right?
my nature, that's going to be 24.
24.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whose fault is that?
This is
all right.
this
I
is
thought you wanted me.
obscure, deep lore, right? We're talking. This is year 5 lore.
Okay.
So
First guardian.
this is called the First Era. During the First Era, when the giants were the first ones to come to Gulasi.
Okay.
When they came here, and they settled here from the Moon Relic,
Mhm.
they came. There were already things here, elementals of deep power. The religion of the Burnian religion worships the creatures that first roamed the great. They were of the first trees, right? The first druids' groves. Druids' groves that existed without druids themselves. The world itself used to be a giant grove.
Mhm.
The druids' groves came because their power shrank because of the war with the giants, and the giants warring against the elementals, killing avatars of fire, wind, water. Harambe is an avatar of nature, an avatar of beasts. Avatars aren't just of the elements, they're of creatures, of plants. Harambe was an avatar of animal kind. So he is one of the first animals.
Okay.
He is depicted to be a giant humanoid animal like that of an ape, right?
Okay.
And he is said to be a part of animal kind, and the wild animals are said to be a part of him.
Okay.
So it is one of the known avatars, and there are known avatars, right? There, you yourself are going to purify 5 of the known avatars,
Right. Yep.
right? This would just be an equivalent to one of those, right? This one is just more of animals.
Okay.
So that's what that is.
Okay.
And you're seeing this small thing growing there is an avatar. It's not a full-powered avatar. It's the start. Every avatar starts small. And you've seen elementals that are like elementals of fire, wind, water, earth. You don't see many elementals that are elementals of animal kind. Most of the time they are depicted as intelligent animals, animals with raised intellect. Right? Most people wouldn't be able to understand that this is an elemental of animal kind.
Okay.
A raised creature, naturally so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. Do I know anything about these things in like its development? Like,
Yeah,
this looks like an embryo. Is essentially what
it's an embryo. It's yet to be born. You don't know. You're going to guess this thing maybe needs 50 more years before it's going to be born.
Okay.
Right. And it's probably the interesting thing about animal avatars, unlike elemental avatars, is they don't have to consume other avatars to gain more. They don't have to consume other elementals to gain power, right? They just have to keep living. And they keep getting bigger. They don't stop growing. It was said that some of the first animal avatars were as tall as mountains and roamed the lands and left tracks that made lakes. And the giants are the ones who slew them. Thus, the fall of nature.
So then, the presence of this life in the world would be considered a very good thing.
Very good thing.
Okay. Do I think?
Unless you're a giant.
Do you think I could use concordance to speed up its gestation?
Yes.
Harambe is still alive, though, right?
Yeah.
Harambe's still out there.
We dropped him off back at the.
Or last we
So
knew.
then,
That's right.
so then, I am 1. Soon I will be 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was.
No. So she had a conversation with the tree, and the tree said, "I am 1. Soon I will be 2."
Okay.
So that explains. I didn't know if
Okay.
Harambe had died or what. I didn't know what had happened to it. So
Not in this world. No.
okay, all right.
Yeah, you just know that the avatars in nature became rare. They were hunted by giants, almost like sport,
Okay.
like elephant hunting. There are said to be horrid trophies on the moon of Relic that druids would pay a king's ransom to have returned back to the earth.
Road trip.
To the moon.
Okay. Well, for now, I want to focus on getting this concoction put together so I can figure out if his wife is a homunculi.
You rolled a natural 20. It is very quick. Everything you need is at hand.
Okay. Then I'll head back into the keep at that point. So then, my understanding of its use, how long do I think it lasts once I put it in?
It will last for probably about a day.
Okay.
Right. Soul Sight lasts for a day.
Then I'm gonna get inside and find him and find his wife, and then I'll use it.
Okay. Where do they find you to?
We need an adult to sort this mess out.
I'm coming.
We're in the
I am an adult.
we're in the library. Surrounded
The
by
library.
old books.
Her favorite place. As she would commonly sit down and talk with you, she always talks to you with a book cracked open. Right? Like she's glancing at pages in between the conversation.
Rude, but okay.
It's a comic book hidden.
Yeah, that's right. Women reading, rude.
What next?
You take those shoes off and you get back in that kitchen.
So
Lose the thing.
you as Melvez walks into the conversation.
I
what are you
probably
two talking
come.
about?
I probably come trotting in like a dog. I've probably been following their smell.
Okay. What
I mean,
are you
we
two
have
talking
aids,
about?
so.
Like,
So, I'm trying to get an understanding of how she got free.
She seems very confused. She's like, I'm sorry, my love. I'm very confused about what you're talking about. And as you do, that's when you come in.
She's 2.
So, I enter the room. It is just us plus her,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to be nonchalant. I'm going to stand up, back in my human form. I'm going to fucking wipe the soul sight into my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at her.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Go around town and find some snacks.
19.
19.
For some
You
Benton
see
tacos.
2 souls. See 2 souls. One right here, and you see one right here. The souls look human. They appear normal.
2 raccoons in a trench coat.
But she does possess currently 2 souls.
There's 2 wolves inside everybody.
What did I think that this sight would show? Sorry, go ahead.
There's one more thing you see as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's an odd red shimmer over her.
She's a clone?
Roll me a Arcana check. And roll me a medicine check.
Oh, okay. So 16 Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Medicine's going to be really good. 28.
28. Okay, she's definitely pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
How long have we been away?
We've been away for a while. But she isn't showing, so. Anyway,
Smooth.
I declined her kind offer.
Trust me, it takes a lot more work.
I really did. Like that was a
Actually, yeah,
legitimate like
I think that did happen.
that
Yeah,
did
you're
happen,
right.
and I said no, was not going to do it because that's no.
Look, it takes
Humans are
divine
gross.
the
intervention.
red shimmer you see over her is magic. There is magic that is lingering over
It
her.
takes arcane intervention.
Not every man has the same problem you do, Captain.
With what did you get again?
16
I got
16.
little blue pills.
It's
My
not.
Arcana is shit.
It's not enough to identify, but you can see that there is a form
What's your
of
bloodline again?
magic on her, and it lingers with soul
Fertility in
magic.
action?
That tells you something specific. I will give you that.
There's a wizard's tower here too.
The power of whatever
Giving him a dose,
spell.
like
Are you
literally.
saying Takeda?
Normally, you can't see. Normally, like you wouldn't be able to see magic with soul sight. The only way you would be able to see magic with soul sight
As if the soul was magic. Or
Yeah.
created, maybe?
as if only if a spell was fueled by a soul. That means soul sacrifice to empower a spell. It means snuffing out a soul to empower a spell because it would enwrap it.
In other words, no big deal.
How many doses of this shit do I think I could go back and make?
You rolled a natural 20, so I'll let you roll 1d4, and that's how many doses you have. 3. That was 4. You have 4
So
doses.
I have 3 more.
3 more doses.
As you're psychically
I
telling
just
me
look
this
at
shit,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, as you
And
look at
look
it,
at the
it is
door.
some weird wizard shit. That's
Yeah,
on
I'm
it.
gonna look at you. I'm gonna look at the door. I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna walk out it.
I'm going to give you 2 time to catch up. Walk out of the library.
Of course. Sorry, my love. Caption. I've been here the whole time, and the conversation continues.
Wait, we're alone?
Mm-hmm.
It's you.
Pause it. Let's go.
Oh no!
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion? Really?
Can you get it to?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the middle of the day, and you have guests.
Yeah, we're in the room.
Persuasion.
That's what
Performance.
makes it fun.
She has a tiny headache, okay?
That would be funny if you roll a 1. She does have a headache.
28!
Right in the closet, you just read. You open the closet, she's already in
Already
there.
in there, yeah.
Somehow. A third one!
Okay, yeah, you guys go to a side
You own
room.
the house. You can go wherever you want. In the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I just don't
fine.
want to be interrupted.
It's fine.
Give me 10 minutes.
That's generous.
You go to a closet. They lock the door. You're having a good time.
So
Anyway, I'm gonna keep that in mind.
I
So-
presume I see Mavis outside the library and go, what the fuck is going on here?
I'm going to. So, I wanted to have this conversation with you out of visual because what I have to tell you may be shocking.
This is already a pretty shocking day so far.
I know. That woman is not only influenced by some kind of soul magic, but she is also pregnant. I am able to see 2 souls, hers and her unborn child's. But I do not have a grasp of the arcane to identify what she is, or potentially. But are
Keep her
you
occupied.
perchance aware of something called the Wilhelm Decree?
What's the roll for that?
It's fuck. You're from Carthal too. I'll give you.
He's only
I'll give
partially
you a.
from Carthal.
No, you can either roll arcane, or you can roll history.
He just went to school, baby.
Both are the same.
Both are the same. Since you are from Carthal and you studied in Carthal and you would have been taught this, you get advantage. Fuck. I'm not gonna make you roll. You're a wizard from Carthal.
Alright.
You would know. Like, that's not even a roll. Granted, you got like a plus 19.
So the gist of this is that it was essentially determined, okay, that in the year 26,600, when the Tempest of the Fifth Coming raged, Duke Wilhelm Amber, once lauded for his magical prowess and resplendent lineage, did transgress the sanctity of arcane practice. So he essentially used a spell called the Clone Spell. And this was done by, he summoned phantasms from the Shadow Realm and bound falsified souls culled from the dark hearts of lich phylacteries and created homunculi by that practice. And that is the magic I looked for. She has some kind of a soul magic on her that is of a level of the arcane of a grasp I do not have. But I do attribute to what I saw to the use of, maybe potentially the use of a soul to empower a spell of some kind. She is shrouded in this. I have the ability to give you my soul sight, which, by the way, I'm looking at him. What does he look like? Anything unusual?
Actually, because at this point you've taken off the thing's been taken off.
Oh yeah, I would have
Yeah.
found this and be like,
Oh,
hey,
look at me.
staff, boom, hit me. Okay, yeah.
So you and your wife have been cleared of
Yes.
your marriage blessings of
Okay, good.
of the dark god.
Okay.
So
I've seen that already.
Is-
you've
are
seen
the,
that.
Are the
yeah.
good marriage blessings still in place? Like
They weren't able to get on because there was already the dark marriage. Like the,
All
dark,
right.
the good marriage blessings looked at you
Third
and
time's
like,
a charm. We'll
"Ooh."
figure something out. Okay.
As you look at him, you can see his soul. Right,
Okay.
his soul looks fine. It looks in there. Right, it looks. I would say since he's a 20th level character, their souls look a little bit strong, especially if you're a magical character, right?
Mhm.
So he looks like he has a very strong, powerful soul.
That's right. You were reconnected, weren't you?
Elven souls, I would say, have
Yeah.
like this little flickering light around them.
Yeah.
Right? Where human souls just seem to burn bright and hard. Right? They burn themselves out. Where elven souls have a nice flickering light, and they're just kind of like a little bit more dimmer,
Mhm.
right? Because they just last longer.
Right.
Right? Like a slow burning flame.
Okay. So I have the ability to give you this sight, so that maybe with your heightened intelligence of the arcane, you could perhaps discern what I suspect is happening here.
Possibly.
The question is how long has that been since Smoot laid with his wife? This could potentially not be his, but if it is, it could give us an idea of how long this woman has been here.
Yes, Mood did.
Will your sight work on individuals you view via scrying?
I don't know. Maybe. I could try to
Because I have the
scry.
scry spell. Can I scry on the other Regenta in her prison cell, and would she be able to
good.
see? Clearly not that one.
Like,
Not that I know. But
We have no idea that they're snogging. No idea.
no.
Do you want to try to scry on Brigenta?
Yes, scry on the imprisoned
For that-
Regenta so that she can see her, and hopefully with your sight you can
Wrong Regenta!
tell
Wrong
if there's a
Regenta!
similar effect, or if the one in the cell is
I would
false.
say I don't think you can because I think you actually need like a crystal ball of true sight.
Well,
Like there are
yeah.
crystal balls where it will allow you to send your sight through.
You mean
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
that's
one he got? I don't know what the crystal ball he got from that lad he got from the diviner.
I have the crystal ball.
Okay.
Saya has it,
Yeah.
and
That's
Saya does have a crystal ball of true sight.
she
yes.
has it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she-
she has that already.
She has that. So
Yeah.
You'd have to go poke Saya.
Yeah.
Busy
For her-
doing leash
For her, literally her artifact that she had, like, or it's a legendary.
one of them.
It's a
It's-
legendary item. It's like.
Can I borrow this? Like literally, it's like a
That's it. I mean, otherwise, in the meantime, if you have the means to be able to see this magic, I could take it.
to the ship.
I say so. I'll pull the other 3 doses out that I have, and I'll give you one.
All right.
It's literally like it's like a wrapped leaf. Like at this point, she's kind of wrapped a leaf, and it's like a salve. Like it's
All right.
it's like a
We'll take
ointment.
Glasses off and just squeeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not used to
Rub it into
eyebrows.
both eyes.
two cotton ends.
What?
Excuse me.
What is that?
Say again.
I don't know.
Good talk.
Anyway, okay, yeah, you put it on. As you put it on, what does your soul look like?
I'm ageless. I'm an undying. I have the undying trait. So my soul probably looks like a nebula in a galaxy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
sense.
countless stars,
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature.
Light that takes longer to reach you than it does to actually extinguish. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. What do you guys do? At this point, you think you need more than just scry to be able to see through, to send your perception through, like your magical perception through a scry. So you'd
Yes.
probably need like the orb of true sight.
Which, if you would allow us to go ask Saya for it, then that
Oh.
would be one thing. But
I'll fast forward that scene. I'll say that takes you probably about 10 minutes because you gotta go all the way back to the ship,
yeah,
right?
well, I can zip us there like that
Okay.
with
You-
my teleport.
You guys zip. You burn for your teleport and poof,
Because we would just be back on the ship then.
you are back on the ship.
Yes.
I'll let fast forward the scene if Saya's willing to let them use the ball for
I
a minute.
can't imagine she
Now that
would
you get
be.
back.
Especially since Saya's gonna get it. Yeah, fuck you guys. Especially since Saya would get it back. Like it's not like
Right,
something.
right.
she
What's
would-
in it for me?
Yeah. Well, she's
Sorry, Lagan is still back somewhere with a spear. You can't poke her to calm her down.
God, that fucking.
Fuck
Oh
you.
God, the spear of calming.
Yeah. Hey, very effective. Just,
It's just funny. You stab a guy, and he's like, "Oh, hey, thanks, man."
Oh.
yeah, she
Ow,
has
that
the.
sounds
She
satisfying.
has the crystal ball of true seeing.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you guys can use it. So utilizing that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll cast Scrying on the imprisoned Urgenta, the one that I've been speaking to. And
She's stuck in a closet.
you utilize the crystal ball of true seeing to scry upon Regenta. As you send your vision towards your Regenta, instead, you find yourself. There's an old woman, an old, haggardy-looking woman with a horrid long nose and extended jaw, maybe 3 teeth, a droopy eye, and just like an ear. The earlobes are just really, really long with long, several hoops on them. She, in one hand, she has a skull that has been opened up that's got some water in it, and it looks like she's like throwing like some muck in it and like throwing some leaves and kind of stirring it around with a very long finger. You are looking at a hag.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
if Movaes can either ride his
Yeah,
like
it's
senses.
in it. You both have it in the
It's
You
crystal
see it in
balls
the
there. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
As,
All right.
as she's stirring around, and you're looking at Babagosa. And what do you say as you start scrying on her? I'm going to see if she sees the invisible eye that appears when you scry.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Okay.
Is this the one who sold the breads, the cakes that we ate
Oh,
in
yeah.
Barovia?
Yeah. The one you met.
Would
The
you
one who's
get an
been
order to
working
go
with the
for me?
queen this entire time. I rolled a 1 and a 5.
Nice.
She
She don't
don't
know
see
fuck
it.
all.
So she's currently really invested in this orb. As she's doing it, do you do anything else?
What's around in this room? Like,
Is she in?
For- Imagine magical items of druidic-like nature, but the worst kind. Like whips made of baby spines, like that kind of thing. You know, like just
fragile.
just bad stuff.
So I have to double.
As you do look around, I would say go ahead and make me a nature check.
good at those. I'm so good at those. So that's 19,
Okay.
29,
Yeah.
32.
The 32. Most of
31.
these items are divination in purpose,
Okay.
right? Divining, seeing into the future, sending messages, that kind of magic. This hag looks to almost specialize in divination magic.
So, that is his wife.
So
And
she's.
we've been duped.
Yes.
Do you want to send a sending message or something? Or
Yeah. Let's see what she does.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point. If I can send a message
go for it.
while doing this, then I will choke down the bile in the back of my throat. And I'll send another message to Regenta saying Smoot is detained with keep business. He hopes you are well. I will contact you for more information at sundown tonight.
As you say that, her eyes glow blue, and she looks up from the bowl. She says, in a voice that is not her own. You literally see her throat shift and morph and change. Her neck scrunches, and she says, "Oh, Decadic, thank you. It's so wonderful to hear from you. You say my lord is busy with keep business. Has he returned home already? Is that where you are? When are you coming? I think I see a weakness in the guards' patrols. I may have information that can help you when you come save me in the castle. When are you coming? You're coming, right?"
We are not at the keep.
We are en route to the keep if nothing detains us on the way. We shall marshal our forces and make haste to save you soon.
Thank you, my love. Sorry, I should say. Thank you, Decadic. Can you send my love to my dear Smoot? I miss him so. I'm in so much pain. They took another finger. As you hear a sound, she rips off another one of her fingers, twists her hand, and the finger starts morphing and changing into another finger. One very familiar that goes and it drops on the ground. She makes a motion to a skeletal bird with a human head, and it just kind of.
Of course, mistress.
It grabs it with its human teeth in the bird body, and somehow is able to fly awkwardly with that giant head on that small, like sparrow body.
It's like a human-sized head on a bird.
All I can think of is Spirited Away now. Okay.
And at this point, you are thoroughly sure the whole time that Baba Lugosa has cast some kind of spell that would redirect any scrying or divination that you would cast back to her on that one target. Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, what does her soul look like?
14 Arcana.
14.
Oh my
Back
god.
into
14.
That's
You have heard of soul magic before. It is forbidden. There are wizards who have dabbled in utilizing souls. Souls are like independent power stations.
sure.
You can freely preserve a spell almost forever by sacrificing a soul to it. And then the spell just feeds off the soul. Which, depending on the level of spell, is a self-filling power station.
Sure.
And if it's powerful enough, it'll make it last a little bit longer. Right. So,
Rose.
Hey, at least you're snogging the right woman.
Woo!
Good job.
You wish
More
it was
than
that.
that.
I had a 50-50 shot.
I mean, yeah, if you like those odds,
I
I
don't
guess.
know. It might have been like third.
So,
It could have been something else in the mix.
is soul magic feeding off of Baba Lugosa's soul or off of Regenta's soul?
I would assume off of Regenta.
Or just an entirely different soul.
Or Regenta and her unborn child.
Could this staff
Do a C-section.
fix this? I wonder. This Lalifa staff?
Possibly. And this is.
We have a very delicate balance here.
Yes.
Because if we use the staff and this creature becomes aware that we have broken and severed her connection to,
Make sure no.
She'll know
onto
we
her.
know.
what does it look like? It pulses with sickly shades of decay, mottled greens, bruised purples, and ashen grays, swirling in a dissonant dance. Jagged and fragmented, it reaches out like gnarled roots to anything around it. You do briefly see things shift and move as those invisible tendrils just reach out, hungry for more, as it is a soul that feeds on other things. You think if this hag didn't eat souls for a while, she'd probably wither into nothing.
Great. That's just fantastic.
Much like Freya without love.
Yes, yes. Freya would just wither into nothing.
Without kisses, I turn into nothing.
Now, we good girl. Obviously have to inform Smoot of this at
Yep.
some point. I don't know if this is.
How far along do I think she is?
That's a rather personal question.
When was the last
Smooth's
time
trying
you
his best,
guys?
right?
Yeah.
When was the last time you guys were intimate? I'm trying to remember.
The wedding.
The wedding night, yeah.
So that's been
Got
like
married,
what, 2 months.
fucked off.
Something like
Every-
Okay.
It's probably before the Tarrasque fight, probably.
Actually,
right?
that's exactly like right before is when he got
Yes.
married.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so-
we were going to fight a Tarrasque.
So that was
like,
that's been about 2 months, right? Since the Tarrasque fight? Yeah, it's been about, I would say, about 2 months.
Yeah.
I tried to love
Okay.
you.
Not very far, right? She doesn't show much right now.
Yeah, she
I
would
don't
be-
even know herself yet.
that's what I'm curious because
She might have noticed that she hasn't had a cycle in a little while, and she's kind of like,
at 2 months, I guess it depends on how far along, how regular she is,
yeah.
how aware they would be in D&D, whether she knows. What Mavase is the whole reason that this matters is that Mavase is seeing this as, okay, this is actually his wife. If she does know, Mavase does not want to be the one to ruin this.
Yeah. And,
This if she's gonna plan on sharing it.
and
with
your
him.
medicine is high enough where you understand human pregnancy, right? Elven pregnancy, a little bit different.
I'm half elf.
Yeah, you have
Because
to
elven pregnancy
have
can
an egg
last
first.
years.
Years.
Where human pregnancy is like 9 months. It's like, really? 9 months?
That
Like,
fast?
That's
like,
I meant
how do you
that's
get ready in time?
You
That's
poor, yeah, you poor fragile things. Okay,
The baby's room
so
won't
I
even
need
be
to
ready.
have a conversation with his wife.
Okay.
I need to have a conversation with his wife
Mhm.
before we tell Smoot.
Also, how would this hag have done this magic cast it on her from a distance, or
If
was
she's-
she in
If she
close
special,
proximity?
if she specializes in the divine, if she could potentially reach through some kind of scrying element, she very easily could have. Or if she had in her possession something that belongs to this woman. she could use it as a focus. And I'm assuming that that's correct.
Mhm.
Okay. Because Mauvais is very inclined. She's very divinely inclined. So
divination specialists are almost masters of like casting far spells.
Yeah.
Because that's what divination magic does.
Yeah.
It connects to things. If you don't protect yourself from divination, it reaches out and touches you like a telephone.
there are two things we must do. We must find out. We must let them know that this magic is on her, and find a way to get it off of her and to protect her from it happening again. I don't know why this hag is trying to lure you all, because she certainly doesn't. It's before me. Why she's trying to lure you into this castle, I don't know how she didn't expect Smoot to not realize his wife was still at the keep.
He's such an attentive husband.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted.
You're fine, you're fine.
I'm back.
Either way, we
We know that the hags are assisting Bravaxis in this ritual to ascend to godhood, but they are intending to betray him to resurrect their fallen vampire lord, Strange, what I don't know the name, I'm not sure of the fellow. So
we
maybe.
also need to take into consideration that she's a master of divination. She could have been, if she's been watching her, Regenta, this whole time, she could see that we're here. If she scries on her.
That too.
Assuming she can scry through the magic she has placed on her. This is well beyond anything that I have any sort of true understanding of.
Did we get anything for... Because when Smoot first got his key, that was when Oswald did like a surprise attack. Did we get any sort of like non-detection protection? Was it on the key?
No, it was the gargoyles.
You got the gargoyles. The protections on the keep currently are, because if you choose keep, you get physical protections. Wizard Tower gives you magical protections, and then the Druid Grove gives you like some warding. Let me look at what you guys have for, because I made notes on the keep. Smoots keep. This is technically now upgrading that to keep 3, so you get to choose one more physical defense since you chose a level of keep. So far, you have moats, walls, defensive towers. You have gargoyles, and you have a treant protector. That's what you chose for the Druid's Grove. Is you got a guardian, and that guardian is that large treant that was kind of walking around the borders of the keep, keeping people out that shouldn't be in there.
Okay.
His name is Tender Husk.
Mr. Pointy.
Yeah, but no warding, not like the ship.
What level of Druid Grove would we need to get to where we could do something with non-detect?
A level 1 Druid Grove could do it. He just would have to choose that as the feature. To be able to do that as the feature,
What happened to the old
he would have to, basically, since it's not adding a level onto it, because it's capped up at level 5, he would have to spend money to add the feature. Basically money representing, like paying for like resources, time, like other druids to come in while you guys aren't here dedicating your time to actually do it,
more?
unless he dedicated his own time. To add non-detection to the keep, you're probably looking at about 5K.
Sold.
Okay, it's going to take time.
Yep.
But we'll roll. Yeah. That will add non-detection to the keep and the grove.
So my assumption at this point is that these hags, because they are planning to betray Bravaxis, and they're aware of our enmity with the dragon, are probably trying to lure us in order to help kill Bravaxis for their own needs.
Could be.
Bless you.
Oh, separate. That's gonna keep it.
And then, otherwise,
Chef Freya lick you. It'll take it away.
in the meantime, if we wanted to possibly throw them off,
Bless her.
we could leave a Smoot here in New Hope, so then they would know that a Lord Smoot is currently here, while the real one is with us sneaking around in
Well,
Dolores.
let's have this conversation with Smoot
And Smoot.
Yeah.
and the rest and see what they want to do.
Yes. I'll let you broker the good news and bad news.
I'll do that.
Ah.
Okay. Back into the library.
Is Smoot back?
How long has it been?
Yeah, we would have scried. It's probably been.
Oh, he said we teleported back to the.
We did.
I mean, we wouldn't have had to. We could have just walked there too.
I say yeah, we did. But I have the ability to just free recall to where I last long rested.
Yeah, so you would have recalled there and then you just walked
We
back.
would have just walked back.
So yeah.
So yeah, like it's a good 20-minute walk, like 15 minutes there, you know, and then you got to get through places,
Yeah.
go back up the stairs. So
Okay.
I'd say 15, 20 minutes. So
Okay.
it's
Okay.
been altogether maybe with that scene spent about 20 minutes.
We're just coming out of the closet.
Sure.
No, Jesus Christ.
Make a con save.
You so
Funny you should say that.
you guys.
For children. For children. Okay.
You come out of the closet.
We were just checking the
Jesus Christ.
cleaning
Hello.
supplies.
I rolled a 9 for my deception for her. She's just kind of like, I need to go, and she just leaves.
I'm gonna follow her.
You follow her
I'm
out.
following her out.
She's walking back to her chamber area.
Okay. My lady.
Funny.
When we get outside, my lady.
She looks back, her makeup's a mess. Yes, of course.
I wish to speak with you on a very important matter, but we do so in private.
Of course. Could you give me 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
To cover up the hickey.
She
Hickey.
comes back
That's
after
not
10
fair.
minutes.
Okay.
All right. Of course. Yes. Mauvaise.
I am Mauvaise.
Lady Mauvaise. Vizier Mauvaise.
Word apparently has traveled because I don't believe this character has met her. His wife?
Ah, but she is a noble background. She has heard of you.
Oh dear. Oh my.
Yes, I've been made aware. Of course, it is a pleasure to have you there. Of course, I hope one of your nature is helping keep my Lord Smoot in line with his rabble-rousing friends. They are quite the adventurous bunch.
To a point, to a degree, yes. But my lady,
Of course.
do you know that you are with child?
Oh, she had no fucking clue. I rolled a 5.
Mhm.
She's like, pardon.
My lady, you are with child. And seeing how you are reacting, this was not something that you were aware of.
My cycles have always been a little late.
You are not late. You are
In progress.
impregnated. You are in progress. That's amazing.
Update in progress.
Buffering.
Okay, she's holding her shit together. She's like,
I'm gonna
it's a little early to tell.
It is. But I can assure you, you are with child.
Just now?
No. I would guess.
Huh?
And she'll kind of step back. I would guess perhaps two cycles. Perhaps 2 cycles.
Oh,
Your human anatomy makes the growth a faster occurrence.
as opposed to,
She just gestures to the elven ears.
It's of import, and no import at the same time. I'm 2 months. Does the Lord know?
No, that is why I came to you, because I felt that if you did know, that it would be wrong of me to spoil the joyous news. But if you didn't know, I'm here to make you aware, so that you may share this with your husband.
Did she?
like a pea stick test. Listen, I'm a gross little branch. I'm gonna need you to pee on this.
sorry I don't swing that way.
Okay. Thank you, Movace. Is it a boy? Is it a girl?
Too early to tell.
How do you know? You're a wizard, of course.
I am not a wizard. I am a druid.
Obvious confusion of someone who doesn't have Arcana. Of course, a druid.
I can see the life sparked and growing within you.
This is.
And it is one soul, correct?
It's one soul.
Okay. Okay. As someone who's had twins.
Right.
What's that?
Just one.
37 souls?
God damn!
Oh, good God. Don't
You're so virile.
She's like, I need to sit down.
Yes.
I'm going to retire to my quarters. Thank you, Mofaze.
I would urge you to have this conversation now.
Of course, before he leaves, he hasn't told me when he was going to leave. He never does.
Let's go talk to him. Let's go talk to him about it now.
Of course.
Yeah. I will escort her. She'll pause.
She's shaky.
She'll
She's
hold
just
an
like,
arm out to her
Yeah.
and escort her back to where these guys are.
Still
Still in the library.
Okay, you're in the library.
Yeah.
Is anyone else in the library?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'll be.
Got
Probably.
my flask out and relaxing.
People are paying too much attention for the
Yeah.
readings.
I suppose I could have told Smoot not that particular news, but that
What
this is his real wife, and that I've been the whole thing about the hag and stuff.
So, what does Aragar's soul look like?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Well, he's a sorcerer of the divine soul.
Oh, okay.
So, even though
That can be good or bad.
Right.
Yeah, really.
I mean, technically, Core is a divine soul
Right.
too, right?
I'd say that it's probably a lot lighter, a lot more good than he seems.
Okay.
He
So-
just plays the bastard on
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah. Like it's probably
He's just a stinker.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy.
it's kind of maybe like I don't know, sparkly,
evil.
like a
Like playful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Okay.
Dennis the Menace.
Playful's gonna get the shit kicked out of it.
Mr. Wilson!
Whatever the captain's soul looks like it's frozen in ice.
Okay.
Like you're staring at something that's just
Like a shadow wreathed in ice.
like a.
Is it a frozen soul overshadowed by a much more evil soul?
No, it's just
Since he saw the thing earlier. Detect
definitely
evil.
you see. He did detect evil. That ring has a soul. It has a phylactery. Phylactery souls do not look pretty.
No.
They look. They almost look like the opposite of light.
Like
It's like a.
calorie streaks.
Well, even worse. It's like a black hole. It's sucking in all the light. It's hungry.
Okay.
And as it's sucking in the light, it seems to be sucking in a little bit of his light. Like it's feeding slowly off of him. His soul looks frozen in ice.
What about all of his tattoos?
Each of his tattoos has a swirling soul within it.
Yeah.
4.
Each of those
You may call us
tattoos
Legion.
is a soul,
Goddess Legion!
and it glows like it has a physical form. Like you see the animal spirits of them clinging onto him. Like you're seeing a monkey on his shoulder, just kind of like, but the monkey's frozen in ice. It's like
Monkey, scorpion,
a scorpion,
cougar,
a cougar,
and a turtle.
and a little turtle shell on his back.
Yeah,
Right?
there's no saving you. Alright.
Buddy, I am
his
hedging
ice.
my
He
bets
looks
that
like
whenever I want the most to win,
a popsicle abomination right now.
Oh, God.
Popsicle abomination.
No, to most people, I just look like an abomination.
Well,
so-
It's like a nuclear bomb pop.
Cool.
So there you go. So
Okay,
the
fantastic.
scene is
Keep
your
it in
guys
your
again.
pants,
As she walks in
As you
shakily,
stare at me for-
staring at
She
this,
does!
Yeah.
She comes in and she's like,
she stares at like this large crowd of people.
I already have a maid Movaise.
like her face, like she's normally very put together, like especially around you, but she's like, she looks very worried. Okay, Okay, so she's
Like, this man needs to stop making deals with devils.
yeah, that's
I have made a deal with no devil so far. I'm happy to know.
Just everything short of.
But then in this room, it's just us then and her now, correct? I'm checking in. Yes.
So yeah, it's just all these. Okay. She looks at the crowd of people. She says, "My lord Smoot, could I speak to you in the quarters?"
Yeah, right here. It's fine.
No, I need to talk to you alone, my love. Please.
Fine.
I will let her arm go. I will hand her to you. I will give her arm to you.
Whoa. Okay.
Smoot does know it's his castle and he can get busy wherever he wants.
That
Right?
is definitely not what this is about.
And she hears that as you just start guys.
Ooh,
just
do
walking.
tell. That is the words of knowledge.
I will allow this conversation to take place.
You guys take about 10 steps outside into the large hallway. She looks left, she looks right. There's like a small servant with a tray like down the way, just like look like it's cleaning up trays, like it's just collecting dishes from rooms and just kind of, but far off in the distance. She looks at you, says,
I put my ear hole to the door.
Lord
Stop it. Get away from me.
I
Edwin.
asked you and you wouldn't tell me.
We're going to find out here in just a minute. Just
Edwin.
wait. Give them a minute.
I had a conversation with Mauvais, and I am pregnant.
Okay.
I'm 2 months pregnant. The math works, you fucking asshole.
Okay. A lot's happened the last 2 months.
I thought you were turned into a lizard man for a while, and then I was made a fool.
Hello. Back in that room, brother. Yank
as you yank, I bet like you're wearing like that band over your
Something
head.
is still there.
So, would you like pulled it up? So you grabbed it and yanked it.
Hello.
At this point, you're like the Hulk. Was it like Hulk Hogan? You got like the bandana.
Hulkamania.
It's just a leather bag you tie back like a hat. And she says,
Jesus Christ.
I wanted you to at least be the second person, the third person now that knows.
Okay, that makes... Yeah.
Mauvais told me. I
Okay.
did not know. She seems certain of it. Anyway, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I suppose we'll find that out soon.
What?
I need you to at least show back up to the keep at least more than once every 3 months.
Okay.
Just say it.
Can you at least...
We've
Edwin, can you promise me that?
We've got some things that need to be taken care of.
Okay. Are they going to take you months?
Knowing this gang, I don't know.
Honesty is the best
If we
policy.
just
They are
rest here, I can bring us back. We sleep
More
here every
important than
night. I can
me,
bring us back here every
more
night.
important than you. They are world-changing.
Tell her about me.
Shh.
Edwin, my world is changing right now.
Uh-huh. If we don't take care of these things, you won't have a world. Trust me.
Be a truck driver and
Edwin,
sleep
I
in one
trust
bed
you.
every night.
I've
We can do this.
I've trusted you since you saved me long ago on that island. I'm going to trust you now. But I need you to come back. I refuse to raise a child alone in this world. My father left my family when I was a young child. I saw what it did to my mother. I don't want to be alone. So as long as you come back, and you promise me you're coming back, right?
I'm coming back.
All right, well, as long as you keep your promise, I am going to trust you on this. She holds her belly, are going to trust you on this. This is new to me as well. I thought we had more time.
Psst, you want a lance?
I'm hedging my bets on immortality.
We'll talk later tonight. We have we have things to discuss.
Uh-huh.
And she gives you a slap on the ass and she says, we have some ground to cover.
Damn right we do.
Woo! And she walks off and she says, oh, and Edwin, don't let them muck up my library, all right? That's my library. I brought in my books from my home, and I've been spending a lot of our money on library supplies.
Anything that's broken is the other Smoots' fault.
All right. Well, if he breaks one of my books, I'm going to have a lizard-bound dictionary.
I love her.
Sweet.
She's amazing.
And she just walks off, shakily and uncertain of where she's going. And you see her turn down the hall, and then she turns around and she goes the other way. She just walked in the wrong direction.
Hello.
Where? How did you get down the hall? And she just like turns around and walks the other way.
Son of a bitch!
One of the guards is like, "My lord, he's not your lord.
Come on, hired him. He said the other Smoots.
Someone hire me a herald."
Oh my god.
Does he have to be named Harold?
Nobody else.
Harold Oldfuck.
Yes, my
From the
lord.
Oldfuck family.
Anyway, the scene is now yours again in the
Okay.
library.
We are just
That was
waiting.
a fucking surreal scene.
We are just at this point
Seriously,
waiting for you
where's
to
the
come
cop?
back.
I can't hear them through this door.
Just wait.
Burn another book.
It's cold.
Anyway, the scene is yours. I'm sorry to interrupt. Unless
Soon
you
as-
call in
soon
for a
as-
NPC.
As soon as you come back into the room.
Listen, Moves, if you would just tell me, I wouldn't have to eavesdrop. I'm being practical
Well,
here.
good thing that you're deaf because they already had the conversation.
Ah, that's what the point of
Okay.
for.
Okay.
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 Yes, very useful.
Now the bad
believe
news.
it or not.
Okay.
Your wife has a spell on her that is redirecting the divine that Decadic has been casting over back to this hag that has been pretending that she is your wife captured in the keep.
And they couldn't have that conversation in front of us?
She's pregnant. Shut up.
Which keep? What?
In the dragon's keep.
Oh, okay.
In the capital city.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The only way to take care of this, really,
We need to
nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
we need to remove the magic that's on her. It is directly tethered to her soul. We must remove that. We must find a way to shroud her and this keep and your child from this hag's influence because she's a master of the divine and was able to reach her from a distance. We must take care of that.
Okay.
There is also something growing in your grove.
Like,
Really?
no, she's not in the grove. She just walked down the hall.
No. There is a life growing in your grove.
Yeah, no.
No, not her. There's a life growing, Harambe. There is a life growing in your grove. It calls itself Harambe. It is one and will be two.
Okay, I don't think you were here, but you know Harambe is like a 50-foot tall giant monkey, right? That's growing in the...
Its second is growing in this grove.
Told you we should have killed it.
No! What are you talking about?
I'm gonna be a double dad.
Kill it?
It tried to kill us.
No.
It was under mind control,
No.
Captain.
Yes, and...
No.
That
No.
I'm
That-
saying
that
what
is
we
not
should have
a life
done.
that
I'm
we-
not going to dwell on the
Okay,
past.
I'm grabbing a newspaper, and rolling it up, and I'm smacking you on the nose. No.
no. This world cannot be denied that life. It grows in your grove. Now. Even now, it is in its infancy. It could be 50 years before it is matured enough to walk in this world.
Sweet.
How
That's
large
if
are
we
talking
keep this
right
world
now?
going. What?
How large are we talking right now? Is there a 50-foot
How
monkey
many
in
arms?
No, there's not. That's what I'm worried about. No, it's not.
No one said anything about an egg. Is it an egg?
No.
Then Movaze is trying to have a serious conversation, and he's says like, "Is it edible?"
Considering
God damn it. No one is eating any phantons, any monkey eggs, or anything else that's edible.
I thought this place was called New Hope, so why do you keep crushing mine?
there's, and I'm Ugh. The magic that could be used to protect your wife could come from your grove.
I have already seen to that.
Okay.
It's gonna take a while though.
Okay, so
Hi.
the B team, the other people we sent off to do our chores while
Yes.
we were busy before.
The flunkies.
Yes, the flunkies.
Yes.
They spoke of using some Tome of Shadows that lifted off some kind of enchantment off of one of those
That's right. That's right.
ladies that came back that they brought with them.
Yes. Would
Would something like that potentially have some use?
this magic that's on her, I don't know much about soul magic as Mauve is, but would this tome make more sense since we used it to lift the
lifeline off of the daughter.
off the daughter? Could it be used in that capacity, or would we be better going with the shepherd's crook angle, assuming that it could cleanse?
I'll let go ahead and roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
Have you considered a
else,
2-month
please.
promotion?
Somebody else do arcane.
You get the advantage.
Okay, that is 18, 19, 20. That's 21.
Okay.
So
That's even better.
Isn't that 20?
13.
Okay, 21's pretty good. You're convinced of this. And given what you've just learned about what's been happening, what you saw through there, you're starting to get revelations of what you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
You think that spell is like a mirror. It's reflecting any influence cast at her back at another source, right?
Okay.
Like somebody purposely cast this on her so that, if anybody tries to look into his wife, speak to his wife, it's going to come to me.
Okay.
You think that, yes, this spell has been fueled with soul magic so that she can just cast it once and she doesn't have to concentrate on it. It's just there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she doesn't have to recast the magic. She doesn't have to rewrite out. It's just there.
Okay.
You think that if both will work, you think if you use the staff, it'll break the spell. But if it breaks the spell, she will be aware of the
She'll
spell.
know.
Program.
Okay. All right.
Now, the Tome of Shadows will also work. The Tome of Shadows has the unique power to take a spell and move it anywhere else in the world. You can do a purposeful redirection, which takes longer, right? It would take a day to do, where you can move a spell from one person to another. Normally it's used for like curse transference and that kind of thing, right? To move like a curse off one person onto another, like maybe it's like a punishment or like, something like that. Or you can do it within an hour and then it goes to someone else random in the world.
Yeah, we don't want
It just
to
casts it out there and hits the next random person.
We don't want to do that.
You guys witness the effect of that. Sometimes it's the next closest person in regards to the divination wizard that just died. Like, he was there, and then an hour after he was there, you were getting to know him. He's just like, oh, this is a really nice guy. He died. And he was,
Yeah.
he was dead. Like, you couldn't bring him back. Like, his soul was
Gone.
snuffed out.
Okay.
And it would be useful if we could choose.
So, both are good, but the second one, it's going to be
Risk.
someone else random in the world, which could be good, could be bad. I mean, it's just because it's somebody.
Or if we do the lawn route and choose someone.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, then
And who would you choose?
That's just it.
someone on the crew so that we could
Yes,
send
I love
messages to
sacrificing
the
our
hag to
people
make
on
her think.
purpose.
Well,
Accident is one thing.
We could put her on my undying.
Butler.
listen, that's not a bad idea, but you've got to let me reincarnate him.
Sure, I'll fix it.
Okay.
And I say we
I
don't.
like how your thing, by the way, has reincarnation abilities, but you're just resurrecting him as himself still every time.
Yeah.
He comes back as the
I like it.
oldest elf in existence.
Elves are like, he would live a long time.
I have lived a long time.
Is it
I've
he is a
died
human?
100
He
times.
serves so many
he's a
life
human. He's human.
sentences.
If I
He's 97, which is barely older than Decadic.
if
think
I
it's better than
reincarnate him though, would his new body still be that old?
Are you gonna
Like
tell me?
You've looked deeply in you've researched the tome. This thing is a way to bypass the life cycle. It reincarnates you at your prime
At your
in
prime.
that form. So it would give him more life. You have known that witches have used this to live a very long time. It's been used to extend your life supernaturally long,
You're driven in. and
it's a way to
"Great, I
reset
still
the
wanna
clock,
die."
right?
So he takes a
Why?
bath. Once
But it
every
is
100
known that
years,
prolonged
it
use of it can harm your soul because you keep transforming your soul
Yeah.
into different types,
I'm
like an
like-
elven soul to a
problems.
human soul.
I'm
to
all about life and whatnot, but there's also a balance there. Like, why are you keeping this guy alive beyond his natural lifespan?
Because he's good at his job.
He's the backbone of this keep.
goddamn
Listen.
Walmart.
God.
No one greets like he does.
Is this what he was?
What does that have to do with anything?
Will you stop?
I'm trying to help.
You're not
Facilitate
helping.
Conversation.
You're not helping. You're not helping. In this regard, this guy was supposed to have died. You have prolonged his existence into a miserable, dilapidated shell of himself.
And to be honest, he
most
wasn't
of us
very
should
good
die.
beforehand.
Most of us should have died already. I'm not here to argue with what's natural or what's not.
I'm the one with the ability to do the reincarnation. I'm the one with the ability to.
Fine, we'll give him a choice.
That's what I would prefer
Ah,
to give
gross.
him a choice. Because if he's done,
Actually, you're gonna start paying him.
I mean, he probably
You
is.
could.
Aren't you?
Honestly, because Krasdak was here, I may not be.
It's all going to crash
God.
next month.
Well, hey, if you put him back in his prime, I'm sure he's paid.
Yeah,
I'm sure at this point he's considered paid.
probably.
How many
He'll get a-
life sentences
he'll get a
does man have to
stipend.
serve?
I mean, he's getting room and board.
Yeah.
Nice
They-
room and board.
He's
PTO,
learning valuable
some
skills
PTO,
he can take into
healthcare.
his personal
Yeah.
life.
You know, so I mean, it could be worse.
We've got a priest now, so.
See, it could be a lot worse, okay? Like, and you're not a bad person.
I'm confused.
So,
Are you for freeing him or not?
no, but still,
Yeah.
Mauvais doesn't interpret Smoot as being a bad person. But
Well, that's where she's wrong.
Sometimes a little misguided.
yeah, well, either way, I think it would be
I'm
good
doing my best to help.
to give him the option. And then all it'll take is just one bath and a magic item, and he could be right as rain. But it's probably a conversation we want to have with him.
Yo, Franny!
You know, coming out of that bath, what you want, it's not as easy as you might think. Just gonna say.
A squeaky wheelchair is pushed by a young serf.
Quick question: Is
In
that
the
a
room.
magical wheelchair?
No.
What does this guy look like? Does he? Yeah, because he's way past his life expectancy.
He is a feudal era 97. I mean, like, he looks like he's 115
Oh,
because
man.
he has had a hard, rugged,
Mhm.
fantasy, higher level peasant life. Right? He has been butlering for a long time, and he's worked himself to the bone.
He was old when I got
I'm the
here.
butler side buttle.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He hadn't had strokes yet before the time he worked with him, and now all the stress, he's gone. This man has had at least 9 strokes. He's old.
Wait, does he actually have to do things here?
I mean, so many strokes he could stay afloat.
Oh God.
As he sits there, like he looks hard. He looks hard. You know, he's in a wheelchair. He needs someone to assist him just to stand for short periods, but mostly he's in the wheelchair. He just looks at things. "Oh, yes, Lord Smoot. I've had all the dishes cleaned as instructed.
Okay, that's fine. I have a question for you.
Because I think he's offloading his duties.
Yes, my Lord Smoot.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an option.
Yes, my Lord.
You can
Smoot.
take one or the other or neither. It's up to you.
One or the
Do something
other.
when he got to
or-
the castle.
Of course, my
I
lord
left before you
privileges
walked
me
inside.
with the choice. Am I picking
You
the
went straight to the
courses
grave.
tonight, my lord?
Do you want to be reincarnated to your prime as maybe another race? Do you want to live as you are, serving me undying?
That's it.
Or you want something a good,
That's the end of the
character
list.
Or do you want to just die naturally? It's up to you.
I'm gonna roll to see if he roll me a persuasion so he doesn't interpret this as some kind of threat.
Okay.
Or do you want to die?
I mean, you know, like I said worse to him.
I'm gonna roll an Arcana to see if he understands what the heck. He is not proficient.
25?
25. You are
Only
you're fine.
strong cures
So,
some of his curses. If
do
you
it as a
boil the
selling
cauldron-
point.
Will that help?
Okay. He kind of understands some of what you're saying.
He couldn't hear you properly.
I rolled an unproficient 14.
Listen.
Yes.
I possess the power to take your withered form back to the height of your youth.
That's how the elves do it.
No. We just live into eternity. But my friend, you have long been past the years of your toil in this mortal world, and it is time for you to decide if you would like to continue on living miserable as you are, if you would like to pass from this world into the next naturally, or if you would like for me to restore you to youth.
Miserable existence. You know how much money people pay to keep coming back like he's gotten to? This man is blessed beyond any right of a peasant.
When you say what is reincarnation, what do you mean by this in youth? Are you going to turn me into an elf?
Maybe.
There is no control over the race upon which you will emerge from the cauldron. But
Do you have any biases?
Am I going to be turned into a dirty orc?
potentially,
You'll be fresh out of the bath.
But you will still be you.
you would still be yourself, and
Like
it
I
would
am
not.
No,
And
no,
you
I didn't say
could-
that. Not that part.
We could try again, and you could change potentially again.
You're going to do it. Is this process long?
I don't think so.
Listen,
How
speaking of
long's the
someone
bath?
who has gotten reincarnated in the same exact way about 9 times, it's actually pretty quick. It does cost a lot of things that will really tax the funding that your lord has to offer, but he's willing to make that sacrifice for you.
I do not have much money. I am deeply in debt to my lord.
That's fair. Resurrections aren't
What's
cheap.
more debt?
I have been taking loans to help pay for my niece's bardic college in Rainier.
Oh, waste of money. He's being scammed.
Fucking Christ,
The first of us to ever go to bardic college is going to raise the family. She is expected to be married soon.
She's raising the family, isn't she a cleric?
Back up. In Rainier.
Yes, the bardic college.
What's her name?
Lysandra. She's my only niece. I've never had any children
Everything
or
else that's going on
wives.
with Rainier and
I'm busy with my
stuff.
work.
I'm deeply
My
curious
sister
if Sandra's
had
going to
a
Bardic
daughter.
college
That
or
daughter had a daughter, and now there's Lysandra.
I'm a bit suspicious of anything
The
Rainier
cost
involved
is
at the
an
moment.
item of magical worth.
I do not possess any magical items.
Never mind, I don't care about his family. I've moved on.
I
Yeah, you don't care about which Smoots in the
I have
keep, so I doubt you're that interested.
my
in
clothes
Smoots.
and the chair and
There's a village here.
the station.
We're
I
seeing
am
it now.
told that
Be the
Smoots
force.
keep.
Don't drop it.
What is
Everett
this?
are triple it.
Oh God! Why would you give it to him?
18 minus 3. So
Okay.
he's got it. He's like, oh.
She's like hands
Wait, what
underneath
did you
it. Here, let me have
Be
it.
the force.
Let me have it.
Oh,
Here you go. Let me have it.
He
Okay.
hands it to you.
All right. Okay.
Catch.
We could use this in the cauldron as the sacrifice to allow you to be reborn. This item.
And I will be young again.
Yes.
Do we know that for sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I will be young again.
Did I get younger when I came out of that?
I could.
You would have, yeah. You would have been
Wait,
restored.
wait,
to-
Whatever your prime is, but of course you're like a lizard guy, so it's like it was hard to tell.
Arguably, my
thank
prime
you.
is like very recent because I'm 20th level.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
I'm in my prime.
Yep.
It was last week.
Came out looking like you shed your skin 3 times, extra shiny and smooth.
Yeah.
Came out in your prime.
If you say
should
I'll be young and strong again, I would love to have a second chance. I could take up artistry.
Mhm.
I could pursue my passion for poetry.
poetry.
Just to be clear,
I
you're
could
still
rule
going
the
to
world.
Puddle.
We're gonna release another.
You're still going to Puddle for Lord Smoots. He can't go on without you.
Oh,
But you can have side hobbies.
There
Yes.
will be room in
Well-
your life for your passions.
Yes.
I
What she said.
could marry again.
I mean, I'm taken, but
Could this cauldron bring back someone to life in my stead? My sister died 8 years ago, and I loved her dearly. I would rather my sister be brought back to life.
Do you think she can puddle?
I miss Okra. She was kind to
Do you think
me.
with that kind of family?
I possess the ability to give him both of these things that he wants.
There's another beat of force.
It'll take a little more than a beat of force to
Oh.
bring his sister back.
2
Soul
beats of force?
Fine, 4.
Within
before.
8 years, I could bring her back.
No, okay.
Well, it's very expensive.
Are you gonna bring her back as a
Bone by bone? Like, how does this
80-year-old
work?
woman or however this works?
It would be true resurrection. I would conjure her from the cosmos and bring her back
Well,
into
if
the
she
land
died
of the
80
living.
years ago, she wouldn't have been that old.
Oh, I thought she said
I
8.
think 8 years ago. right?
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it was 8 years ago, so she was.
80
He
years.
said it was his younger sister, so she might have been in like her 70s.
If I restore
Still
her, though,
old.
does she come back as a 70-year-old if I bring her back to life?
I mean, we could.
Just give her
True
bath
resurrection,
also.
yes, it does bring them back in the form in which they died. It doesn't extend your life. That's why true resurrection's limitation is if they actually you'd have a problem. She did die of old age.
Does true resurrection
They die of old age, they're gone. That's
Okay.
the one stipulation on true res is
then
when
rather
your candle's snuffed out, you're
considered
done.
necromancy.
Okay.
There are ways to do it, but you need
You need
the codex. You would to be able to bring back somebody that had died, bring them back youthful forever and that kind of thing. You would need the Codex Vitus, which is a rare, hard to find codex
Okay.
that somehow these rat bastards have found twice.
so
And used twice.
if I know that
I thought
going
we
into
knew
it, I
that
would
one.
not give him a flicker of hope. Because if
Yeah,
I know that,
twice,
so then the question Mauvais would posit at that
Who's the
point
other?
would be,
Hey.
how is it that your
Oh.
sister passed from this world?
Who's using your hand that we don't know about?
That was a phoenix.
I received word she died of sickness in Ryanair. I did not receive all the details. My grandniece informed me she was alone at the time. Her mother had died. My sister's daughter.
I don't think this guy's
That's
family's
when I
living
started
this long.
sending money
Maybe
to
we
her
should have
8
died
years
away.
ago, so that I could support her. I do not need it here. I have well suited, and the Lord was willing to sign a contract to allow me to export great sums of his wealth to her in debt to me.
Herein
Does
lies
this
the
niece
problem.
have a Nigerian prince
Yeah.
boyfriend?
I think
Here-
Krasnak drew off the paperwork, so it's probably.
Herein lies the problem. Were it the natural end of her life, I am incapable of restoring her into this world. You have been preserved with a bit of a magical loophole. And you have not passed yet. And as you have not passed yet, I could restore you. But as your sister, very likely, given her age and that you are human, it is unlikely that I could bring her back as it was by apparent natural means that she passed.
Well, if it is not possible, at least I will be young enough to make the travel so that I may mourn for her at her grave if the Lord Smoot would let me use some of my vacation.
Vacation?
I mean, not right away, but yes.
Of course, I am granted time. I would accept this mighty boon from my Lord, and of course yourself,
You don't know me anything.
Lady Druidess.
Mauvais. Just Mauvais.
Of course, High Mauvais.
Just Mauvais.
Just Mauvais.
Vizier.
Not even
Vizier.
Vizier.
Right,
Just
the deer of the
just
spring
Mauvais.
courts.
No, just Mauvais.
She lives by her title.
Clearly. even remember it.
This.
Mauves.
Mauves.
All right. The bead should work. Bead of force.
I believe the stipulation is.
It's got to be blue quality.
It's got to be
It's
blue.
blue.
Too.
It is blue.
Oh
okay.
shit! If it's a rare, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Woo!
I've got a few blues, but I'm definitely wearing them. Okay. So with that in mind, I'm gonna whip out the cauldron
Baptize
here
him,
in
yeah.
this. I'm gonna baptize him in this cauldron, and I'm gonna have him hold the bead in his hands, and then whichever one of us is we don't have Strom. Whichever one of us is strong enough to put him in there, because
He'll use
pushing
buff.
he's
gonna be reincarnated. What's gonna lose?
I'll do it then. I'll pick him
Smacks his
up.
head on the edge of the
I will put him in there
He
myself.
weighs 75 pounds.
Then I'm
He
able
has-
to
he
do
has
it.
no weight.
Even if I have to bolster my own strength to do it, I'll
It's
do it.
It's not that heavy. Yeah, you can lift him up
Mhm.
and you can set him in there.
Yep.
No issue.
Yep.
Get someone Urk to carry.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, Urk. Yeah, we don't want to tear.
Let's
I don't wanna
traumatize
give- I don't want to give him another heart
He has a
attack.
brief heart attack. He's like a hag.
Shit, he got natural causes.
Man.
Jokes on you, he can't die.
It's true, he can't.
Question: can you drown him in the cauldron?
Sir, I'm not drowning
Just fucked up. That he chose that to be the bonus of his growth. His butler can't die.
Well, then every 100 years or so, we'll just come back and put him in here.
Okay, so you put him in there.
He's definitely the arch evil
You
of the
do
Vikings.
the ritual, which is easy enough at this point. You've performed it several.
Many times.
You
Good
become
practice.
well-seasoned expert. You are the expert of this ritual.
I'm amazing at this. Thank you.
Would
Great practice.
Again,
the
I look
Lord
out for the
Smoot roll me a D100 for his butler? I mostly have the list memorized.
57.
57. Was that gnome or was that
Oh God.
what was?
Oh no.
I don't remember what a Yanti was, but I hope it's that. Because it actually, no, it wouldn't. I would be disgusted.
How dare you, West
Comes out a Yanti. Dunk him again.
Don't get rid of it.
Human was in the 40s, so the one after human at 50,
Unless he
57.
made it to half work.
Half orc was in
I hit
the.
that a couple of times.
Yeah, you hit half orc a couple of times.
That was
but
in the 70s.
That was up there. I want to say the 50s was elves.
Is there a table somewhere?
There was a table. I'm having trouble finding.
That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, he
Make him a damn elf, man.
comes back as a.
Race fit to say.
Okay, he comes back as a moon elf. So a light-haired colored
I had one
moon elf.
concern,
They
that
have like
concern was
platinum blonde hair
Okay.
and pale skin.
Awesome.
So he comes
Right,
back
Yanti, it's-
a young,
guy gets it.
youthful male moon elf,
So we'll be back in 1,000 years to dunk him.
Yeah, we won't have. It won't be
which
nearly
which
as
have
long.
lifespans of up to 500 to
It's
650.
called cost
There you go.
efficiency.
Cost efficiency.
At this point, he would be
In that time, he might be
So,
able
like,
to one beat
hold a
before.
hand-
technically age, he'd be like a 125-year-old moon elf,
Yep.
right? Equivalent. So he takes a young hand. He says, "Oh, I'm young."
You are. You are.
As he stands up to his full height. He's about 6 feet tall.
Yeah, taller than
Put
me
some
now.
pants on.
Taller than me
He's just
now.
like, of course, my lord.
You're growing
My-
some things in the side
Grab
of
some.
your face.
Grab a mirror off the wall.
My voice. I'm.
Say.
Platinum. Lord.
Pants.
Oh.
Pants.
Of course.
Somebody get this man some pants.
Surfboard, bring me cloak. Bring me a fine. Bring me my
Pants.
Bring me pants.
Pants. And any kind of pants.
The young serf runs off. It takes about 5 minutes to come back with a set of fine clothes.
We're expecting
Well,
you to
may
be
as well
sweet
stand
as
between the
Smoots.
two
Well,
of you.
just
so
have
that
another sip of your flask. Give one
Just
to him.
starts. He puts on some clothes. It looks like he's wearing some dress regalia, some probably random clothes that were grabbed for probably a guest quarters. Right? They fit him oddly because they're probably meant for a human, and humans kind of can get up to 6 feet
He's
tall.
got
but,
high waters.
you know, most of them are like up to like 5'10", 5'11", 5'11".
His ankles are wet, but his pants are dry.
So he gets out, he dries off, he puts on his clothes. He's like, Madame,
Sometimes it's on a river. So.
thank you. I feel amazing. I feel my sight. I don't need glasses. The world. My lord, I can finally look at you and you're unblurred. Oh, God.
Oh!
Quick, pop quiz. Which one is the regular Smoots?
A fine prank, sir. A fine prank indeed.
It was, yes.
Now, hey,
My lord, you have my eternal thanks. I am alive and I am elven?
You are Elvin.
Do elves live a long time? I've heard the rumor.
Yes.
No. Unless
sir.
you remember Barakiru. Yes.
I, sir, am hundreds of years old. And you are of the full blood.
you might be able to become a painter.
You can be whatever. You have whatever interests ahead of you.
Remember,
You
this is the
can
time
buckle for whoever you want.
you can become the greatest butler of all time. Your true passion.
I didn't think about that. Am I going to outlive my niece?
Yes.
Very
She's
likely.
probably already dead. I mean,
Oh, my lord, if I may retire to my quarters for just a few hours, and I will have, of course, the dinner ready for you.
Have your
Haste.
assistant take over for the rest of the day.
He's younger and has more energy.
My
than
lord
ever.
is
Give him
old.
time.
He could barely put together plates. He was sent here as a punishment to his family. He's a little slow.
We have eaten much worse.
We have another beat of first.
There's phantons
We
everywhere.
do.
There's nothing to worry about.
What are we talking about, Duncan?
does it
His
fix
niece?
dumb?
Or the does it fix dumb?
You can't fix it, you fit.
So he says, of course, my lord, if it is your command. Melvin. He's talking to the youngster boy, maybe 14, 15 years old.
Oh, poor
Looks fine. Like, the kid doesn't look like an idiot, right? He
Poor
just,
kid.
you know.
But then he opens
He's just young.
He's just, and he's like, of course, yes. Yes, sir. He's, being the now elven man. I need you. This is your first test of butlery. The finest of tests. The Lord has returned after a long season of battle to his wife and to the castle. There are going to be celebrations. I need you to rally all of the Phantom servants and cooks and cook a fine meal. And I need you to make sure that all of his banners are in place.
Make your way to the
And
kitchen and knock one in.
When you are done, I need you to see to the Lord and make sure he is properly fit into his clothes, as we have practiced. Now, this is going to be on a standing man, not like myself in the chair. So, or on one of the monkey men. This is going to be on a real person. This is your first true test, and my lord will tell me how well you have buttled. If you do not pass this test, I will send you back unto your butlery to the 3rd degree. You've already taken 5 steps. There are 12 left. This will take you further.
Yeah.
Be sure to find a young, depressed phantom for me.
Do as the captain says. Find a young, depressed phantom to...
No! Absolutely not! No!
Or not. My lord has commanded. Not a phantom shall be in your sight.
And how is he supposed?
No phantons are being eaten.
No phantoms, and there is no such thing as phantom eggs. I hope that is crushing. And he leaves.
I was looking for someone who was
Movies
okay with
would
it.
guffaw. She would laugh so hard.
As the
Phantom eggs.
newly born elf and
If
man
Harambe comes from
walks
an egg,
out.
why?
He's not in an egg.
Phantom eggs are brown.
Oh no! I will shrink the cauldron back down and stick it
call 'em
back
Rocky
into my
Mountain
bag.
eggs.
Anyway, it is 11:43.
Jesus.
What a
Next
silly
game.
night, and it's been a lot of fun.
Next game, we will pick up.
We've
Probably
done so much.
you guys. I'll just be ready to describe what happens the night of your feast, whatever your recap and all that is, and then be prepared for whatever your next step is. Right? You've learned some things. Obviously, there's the dragon stuff, but also like you've learned that they know you're coming. Everything you've told this fake her, they know.
Mm-hmm.
They know you want to come, and they know everything that you have told her. So,
Quick, what are
that
we told?
might be a problem. That might be a thing to think about. Like, what have you actually told her?
And we can use that.
Yes. So we shouldn't just break
Now,
it. We should
you haven't
transfer it.
moved
I
the
agree.
curse, but I'm going to say it's a non-action,
Before
right?
we-
You guys just
before
let me
we
know
use that,
which of the three
We
options
can use
you
that to
choose.
feed her
Is it
disinformation.
random? Is it directed? Or do you break it?
I feel like we would purposefully move it.
Mm.
It wouldn't be random. We
Okay.
wouldn't break it. We would take the extra time, and we would take that extra time, and we would make sure that
How about Francisco?
no, we're not putting any more on that poor
No.
man.
Before
You just
we
gave
move
him
it,
so much.
Yeah.
we need to
Yeah,
feed
that
her
was-
disinformation.
That was suggested earlier, and that's what just launched into
That
this
is an
whole
advantage you
tirade.
have.
We just
She knows you've planned on coming.
leave him alone
So
for
she's
a while.
prepared.
Well, so we can continue to communicate with her. We will just have to send message on whoever we move this thing over to, which is why we want to make sure we direct it somewhere.
Which is
So we know
yeah,
where
because
so
if
we
it's
know where to
random,
do
you're
the
not
sending.
gonna know who you
Yeah.
send
Okay.
it to read.
Exactly. Because and I don't know if this would somehow stop the hag from being able to scry on her, because it should redirect any divination magic on that source away. But if she scries on your wife after we move it, she may be actually able to scry on her after we move it.
Unless we get some means of
Protecting
preventing her
her.
from being.
So we
Which
may
the girls
Lord's
will
Ensemble.
do eventually.
eventually.
I have an
Right.
extra Lord's Ensemble. with
If
my
you guys,
information on it.
if you guys wanted to try to get the grove up and going, as long as you burn the coin, that's going to be a skill challenge, and that will take the potential of time away from what you're doing. But yes, that is something definitely you can do. The cost of that would be, especially since you're here.
Yeah.
You're an arch druid. You could
I
do it. It normally would take months. You could do it within days, depending on how good of a skill challenge like you did, and maybe others to assist you.
He's nature based too, so
Yeah, I
like
have plant growth and speak with animals and
we could probably do it together.
Yeah, you two together, I would probably have like a brief skill challenge. Because both of you would choose two skills that are
Yeah.
germane to this
Yeah.
a piece. Probably a spellcraft and a nature check, and then you, whatever you're assisting with.
Edgar can help.
intimidation and persuasion.
Probably
Why
not
start
intimidation.
now?
But yeah, something of equivalent that's germane to that. So think about that for the start of the game next
Okay,
game,
okay.
so we can see how much time it would take. If you roll really well, you could do it in a day.
Yeah.
If you do really bad, it might take 5 days.
We definitely want to get that constructed, then move it.
Yep.
And that way we don't have to worry about her being a target. That is
Fair,
yeah.
that at this point that has become Movese's top
What's going to
priority.
happen? She gets
The
kidnapped.
Tome of Shadows thing
Yeah.
is going to be a day to do the transfer. It's a non-action because you guys have the tome. It's just who you put it on.
So the soul magic that's feeding on the unborn, right?
It's not on the unborn, it's just on her soul.
It's on her, but is it gonna like consume her and kill her at some point?
I don't think so. I think all it was it's using her soul to fuel its existence.
Because otherwise,
it's
as you
sick-
saw, I have like 6 souls.
It's cyclical at this point.
If you
Don't
can
we have
assign it to
soul
one of
coin,
them,
too?
that's not me.
Don't we have soul coins?
I don't know how many of those we've held on to. I guess we have. I mean, we haven't put them in circulation.
You guys do have a couple soul coins, which is a thing as well.
But
But
would she know?
yeah, well, and yeah, putting it on a soul coin is possible, but it would be weird.
How hard would it be to
No.
place it specifically on a tattoo or something else?
Well, it goes on a person, right? Yeah, you could put it on one of your tattoos.
Or
Your
just put it
tattoos
on
have
yourself,
souls.
Captain. That one's
That's
kinda
rude.
She
strong.
scries and all she sees is his butt.
You're welcome, lady.
What is a
Ain't no
snake?
butt
What
like
does a
snake
snake butt look like? Anyway,
You're right.
turtle one.
There is no butt.
don't type that into Google. You're
Spoilers,
gonna get,
I'm
like,
98%
weird results of
butt.
snake butts. Probably cartoonish.
Yeah.
Probably
no.
really
Nothing
furry
but
in
blue
nature.
days.
They're
Or is it
snack
scaly?
pouches.
He
Well,
loves
have you
snake
know.
butts and he cannot lie.
Yeah. Anyway, good job, guys. I'll see you guys on episode 187. Kind of keep those things in mind, and definitely think about how you're approaching your next steps. And then kind of let me know ahead of time. That way I'd be able to like fuel some of those scenes to have them going.
Okay.
So.
Johnny, I know this isn't where you planned for anything to go, but
Dude,
this was a wonderful night.
Dude, every
This was great.
every episode you guys have, I have no fucking clue what you're doing.
All you know is whatever you prep is what we're not doing.
So our next plot arc
That
is
is true.
resolving the
I have
butler's
done
niece's
long, detailed
storyline.
I
plans
mean,
you guys
that's
have
kinda where
never
it's going.
gone for.
And maybe we'll cover back some along the way.
Here, I'll see you guys next time.